When you tell the story of high school football in our great state of Michigan, you cannot do it without talking about these two teams playing for another city championship on a Friday night at Ford Field. The mighty Technicians of Cass Tech against the Crusaders of Detroit King. Once again, plain to see who is the kings of the city of Detroit. Welcome high above Ford Field. What a night of ball we got coming ahead of us. With the former Pershing Doughboy Eric Pate and Carol Isles down on the sidelines. Evan Stockton with you. Here's what's going on in this rivalry. Cass has got the upper hand right now. They won earlier this year. They've won 3 straight PSL title games. So Eric, the question to you, if you're king coming into this game, let's make sure Eric's got his microphone fixed. There we go. What's the king for the Crusaders to get a win here tonight?
Well, thank you for the microphone adjustment. I think for King, it's got to be about the momentum that they gained on the second day of the first game. And yes, I did say second day of the first game that they played earlier this season. And they really have to get going in the trenches. King has been known for offensive and defensive line play, and we're going to see a lot of that today.
How about for Cass? What are they thinking about coming into this game?
For Cass Tech, it's one name, C.J. Sadler. Tabron Sadler, I said 2 names. But it's important for Tabron to get the ball to C.J. Sadler. Hook or crook, he's got to touch it a minimum of 10, 15 times in order for Cass Tech to win this game.
Your future stars on Saturdays and Sundays are playing in this football game tonight. What a game we got coming up. Cass Tech, Detroit King, and a great night for ball inside Ford Field. We had a break. Come on back and keep getting you ready for this outstanding matchup. It is always a treat to cover this fine rivalry in the city of Detroit. Hang tight. We're talking Cass and King right after this.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
Take a look at us right now. We are everything that will be. We are an engine of progress that has been forged by generations, driven by the knowledge that each student in every classroom has the potential to be their best self and inspire us all. We are teachers, parents, families, all ready to do our part. We know when students rise, we all rise. We are Detroit Public Schools Community District.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
4 wide receivers. Pressure, steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
You know, when we said earlier the future stars of Saturdays and Sundays are playing in this game, we're not lying. Darn near 30 guys combined between Cass Tech and Detroit King have at least one Division I offer. And Eric Pate, let's focus on a couple of guys who are going to be starring on Saturdays and maybe Sundays very, very soon. Fascinating story this year for Daryl Flemister for Detroit King. Last couple of years, he's their quarterback. He took them to the state championship game as a quarterback last year, but now he's allowed to play wide receiver and DB this year, and number 3 for King is a heck of a ball player.
Well, I'll tell you this, Flemister was a kid that I got to see a lot when my nephew played for King a couple years ago when he was a quarterback. He played well. He played pretty well. They got to the quarterfinals, and they moved him to wide receiver. And now look, I mean, this young man is a great athlete. He's been looked at since the 7th, 8th grade, for crying out loud. He is a Saturday afternoon type player.
And Corey Sadler, we've known about him since his freshman year at Cass. We've heard about him since he was a 6th or 7th grader. What more can be said about maybe the best high school football player in Michigan?
Well, I mean, heading to the University of North Carolina to play for Bill Belichick, he's a hooper as well, and he's a young man that I don't think there's a better player in the state of Michigan, period, bar none.
Cass Tech rocking those brand new gray jerseys, by the way. Those are Patrick Mahomes brand jerseys. Cass Tech and Detroit Catholic Central, the only 2 schools in Michigan that are wearing those jerseys. We've got the same situation going on in this game that we had last game. Shout out to Denby for winning our first PSL championship of the day over Detroit Pershing. This game is starting early. Hope you have found us on the prep wherever you're watching, however you're watching. Thanks for being a part of it. This is Fabian Garza, the senior kicker for Cass. Made a game-winning field goal in overtime against Granville in week 2. Cass Tech those first 2 weeks had to survive Toledo Central Catholic and Granville, and they've been on cruise control ever since. Did win that first game against King by 5 and hung on late in a ball game that took 2 days to finish. Cass Tech undefeated 7-0. This may be the finest high school football team in Michigan, but their rivals from across the city don't care. They're trying to knock them off, get rid of the Demons, and win a ball game in Ford Field tonight. Another chapter in one of the best rivalries in the Midwest. Cass Tech, Detroit King. Let's get this puppy going. Garza sends it away. It's a short kick fielded right around the 20-yard line. And wrapped up. Approaching that 35-yard line is Samare Stevens. You'll see him on both sides of the football tonight for King. And they got good starting field position to start this football game. We already talked about it. Daryl Flemister is no longer the quarterback for King. You'll see him on the outside at wide receiver. Andrew Knight, the very talented transfer, coming in from Sterling Heights Stevenson. Coaching staff loves this guy. They say he's a combination of Flemister's running ability and Dante Moore's passing ability. But Eric, what have you seen out of number 6, Andrew Knight, for Detroit King so far this year?
I have to tell you, I remember when he was at Sterling Heights Stevenson. I mean, Sterling Heights. I mean, this is a kid who had the ability from 9th grade on, even beyond or before, and to fit in here at King, I mean, it just says a lot, a testament to him and his ability to fit in, and Flemister's ability, his versatility. So look for those two to connect at some point today.
That is Chris Massey on the first run of the ball game for King, gaining about 4 yards. Michael Dukes, you may be following this story. Great running back going to Rutgers, but he's missed the last 5 games with injury, Eric, and we'll see if he plays in this ball game tonight. He was a game-time decision.
Yeah, and it's good to see him out there because you want your full complement of players no matter what when you get to a game like this. This is King Cass. This is the equivalent of Ohio State and Michigan in high school football in the Detroit Public School League.
First-year starter, Andrew Knight, coming over from Sterling Heights Stevenson. He accounted for all 3 touchdowns in the first game against Cass. They were all running touchdowns. Andrew throws, and it's caught by Massey. Chris getting upfield and then tackled in the open field as Cass Tech swarms to the football and sets up a 3rd down and short. Tackle made by LaMarcus Army.
Yeah, and let me just say that you can already see the pace in this Cass Tech King game. It's going to be quicker compared to the Pershing Denby game where it was a little bit more pedestrian. They're going to get up and get going. I mean, it's high-level high school football at its finest.
5-2 Crusaders, who have scored at least 49 points on offense in each of the last 3 games. 3rd down short here. Massey running again. Chris Massey has got the 1st down. More like 4 yards in a cloud of turf, Eric, but the Crusaders do move the sticks.
Yeah, that's exactly what they want to do. You look at their offensive line, that's a line that has been together for a couple of years. That's pretty good for a high school program. And if that run gets going, they will use that thing to set up the nice pass play. Keep an eye on it.
Run it again. This time it's Marion Stewart. And Stewart spills his way across midfield up to the 48-yard line. A deliberate pace offensively so far to the game for King.
Yeah, and that's what they want to do. They want to continue to run the ball. Hey, if you can't stop it, King will continue to run it. And I think they want to send a message to Cass Tech early on. Cass Tech has that vaunted offensive line. They want to say, hey, listen, what about us? And the King Crusaders have been known to come out and swing just like Mike Tyson early on, punch you right in the mouth and see what you're going to do.
The lines for Cass are always big, and this year they're young. That freshman DN, Taylor Thomas, considered one of the best freshmen in Michigan. They give it again, and they got another first down. Already 3 different guys toting the rock for King. This time it's Willie Walker, number 21, starting to lean into those linebackers and DBs. Feels like a really dream start for King.
Yeah, Willie Walker, 5'8", 165, but guess what, 10th grader. Now, even if they're lying a little bit on the program, this kid is, I mean, he's a sophomore. This is what they do. They build their program, and they give kids an opportunity to play right away, which makes them very appealing to a lot of young folks.
Already 3 minutes into the first quarter. Knight on the keeper. Andrew Knight, oh boy, he took a pop as again LaMarcus Army is in there for Cass Tech. But Andrew will take the bruise and keep on moving. That's a gain of 6 on first down.
Yeah, and expect the physical play. I mean, King, Cass, it's your proverbial street fight. And these two programs will make some noise. And quite honestly, Thanksgiving weekend for both fan bases is, hey, make your reservations because we plan on being here.
Knight alone. Andrews got all day. That's a fastball dropped. Oh, man, he had a wide open DeAndre Williams over the middle. Should have been first down. Instead, it's third down.
Yeah, Williams, junior, 5'9", 165, and you expect him to make that play. In a game like this, maybe the jitters are there for a lot of these young kids. I always have to remind myself, these are teenagers. They're susceptible to anything.
Early challenge for King. Third down, 4. Knight over the middle. That's caught. That's first down and more. Deontay Ellington. He's still on his feet. He's inside the 10, and it's first and goal. King.
You got to love Deontay Ellington. Another one of those running backs that you maybe not have heard a lot about, but they have a depth chart, a bevy of running backs that is just unbelievable. Ellington has a little swivel in those hips, and he used it that time. Looked like a wide out.
The march is inside the 10. And I think Knight maybe got him on a hard count. Offside Cass Tech. And this makes first and goal even shorter.
It's going to be interesting to see if Cass can, adjust, which you expect him to do. But see if King is going to continue to go hard and run this thing.
They do run it to the right side there, Eric, and they got a man tripped up in the hole. Got back to the line, maybe gained a yard with Massey. I'm just watching this drive, and I keep thinking about what Terrell Patrick, the head coach for King, told us a couple of days ago. We got to start with urgency. That's how we finished the first game. And this drive has taken darn near half the quarter, and King's on the verge of getting 6.
And let me just say this very clearly. Young folks today, that's been the problem. Hey, on the hop, moving fast, doing things with urgency.
Pitch left. Did he get there?
Yes.
Oh, he did. A dream. Drive 1 for King. Marion Stewart. Touchdown.
Wow. That was an impressive drive. The personnel shifts. I mean, they kept rotating players, different backs, 4 or 5 guys touching it. That's exactly what you want if you're the Martin Luther King Jr. Senior High School Crusaders. That's Crusader football.
We're going to try the extra point. Good snap and hold, and that straight on kick is money from Christian Wheeler. How about it, Crusaders? Just over 5 minutes into the football game and a 7-zip lead. Stewart is in, and that is one heck of a start.
Yes, it is. I mean, unbelievable. Well, believable, but my point is something that's very impressive. That's a better word. Very impressive by the King Crusaders. Now their defense, a.k.a. the hit squad. They're known as the hit squad, that black and gold. They've been very dominant in years past, and they want to set the tone, set the pace, set the foundation against this Cass Tech offense.
And we're about to ready to see an offense that's got a heck of a leader at the quarterback spot. We'll check in with Kara here after the kickoff to learn a little bit more about this outstanding quarterback, if you don't know yet, for Cass. Christian Wheeler kicked the PAT. His brother Deshaun will handle the kickoff. Your phone and TV screen is bright. That's a 6'3", 275-pound lineman who's about to kick the ball. Sykes and Sadler, the two men back deep for Cass. Deshaun making sure the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted. He slams this kick out of bounds, and that Cass Tech offense is about to get really good starting field position. All right, now we go down to the field and check in for the first time with Carol Isles. Checking with Kara here in a second once we get that sideline situation worked out. So Wheeler kicks the ball out of bounds, and it will be excellent starting field position for Cass whenever they do get the football. Remember, you can either take that ball on the kick out of bounds, or you can force King to move back and kick the ball. Let's go back down to Kara on the sidelines.
Yeah, Evan, so get this. We've actually got some family ties in the building here tonight, but they're on opposing sidelines. So we were talking with Coach Patrick earlier this week just about how they plan to defend Donald as that Cass Tech quarterback position, and he just kind of casually let it slip in conversation that they're actually cousins. He said it just kind of worked out that way. He took over the program at King, and Donald was already, doing his thing over at Cass Tech. But of course, when you got some family relations, the question always comes up, was there a little smack talk going on in the family group chat this week? But he said, oh no, but I've been talking to Donald's dad all week, and I'll definitely go give him a hug and send him a good luck text before this game gets going. And it sounds like we've got something going on right now, Evan.
We sure do. That's a William Sykes excellent return, Kara. Ball across midfield, and Eric, that decision for Cass Tech to make King kick it again turns into really, really good starting field position for Donald Tabron and the crew.
The minute you kick away from C.J. Sadler, you'll come up with someone else, and on that particular play, that's William Sykes Jr. And they have explosive players all over, and if you're not familiar with Cass Tech, you're going to learn a lot tonight. A lot of different players, as you said early on, between these two, 30 players, up to 30 players that have some Division I offers on the table. Saw Donald Tabron's dad in the tunnel in between games, too. Got a chance to chat with him. I'll share that later.
It's called a tease in the biz. Damari Hendricks, the running back with Tabron, one of the finest sophomore quarterbacks in America. Donald keeps, throws, Sadler catches. Corey Sadler down the sidelines. Touchdown, Cass.
Wow. Wow, 49-yard play, and that was explosive. You barely get to catch your breath around here. What a play. This is just a simple out route, and the kid made a move. He moved, and he ended up in the end zone for 6.
That man is bound for stardom. Maybe Mr. Football in Michigan. Corey C.J. Sadler. Yeah, we know, man. You're pretty good.
Man, I mean, about as quick as it comes.
Garza's on to attempt to add the extra point. First-year kicker for Cass. They had a really good one in George Sanchez the last couple of years. Operation clean, and this ball game tied. We need to take a timeout to catch our breath. We're not even halfway through the first quarter, and King and Cass are going up and down the field. We may have a classic on our hands in Detroit tonight.
The store is set up. He's got the order, and he's off. It's a full court press. The These brands are knocking it out of the park. This, my friends, is the speed we've come to expect from this team. Just look at the precision of that move. And it's out of here.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss.
McGinley scores! I believe the appropriate phrase to the start of this football game is there are multiple ways to skin a cat. King goes on this long, over 5-minute drive to score touchdown number 1 of the ball game. Cass Tech on exactly one play throws a 49-yard touchdown from Tabron to Sadler, and just like that, we're tied at 7. And there also was a King personal foul penalty that has Garza and the technicians kicking from the 45-yard line.
Wow. Composure. You have to have it in a game like this. These two teams.
And that's a touchback as Stevens sees it go into the blue paint.
Right. You can't advance it.
These Crusaders have won 3 in a row since they lost that first game to Cass. In case you missed the story, so in the first meeting between these teams back on September 20th, the game was played at Wayne State, and Cass Tech gets off to a 20-0 lead, but unfortunately there was overcrowding, and the game had to be paused there in the third quarter. They moved the game the next day to King High. Cass stretches the lead to 27-0, but then King rips off 22 points in a row. They had the ball in Cass Tech's red zone with under 20 seconds left, but a couple of big Cass sacks basically ended the game.
And King thinks they have the momentum coming into the game. They feel good about the way they ended it.
That pass incomplete from Massey.
A 2-day odyssey. Imagine that. Kids get to go home, kind of, relax, and then the bottom falls out if you're Cass Tech nearly all the way. So King felt good about themselves in that second day. It's like a golf tournament. Another day. Couldn't get it all in. A lot of chaos at that scenario, that situation over there at Wayne State University.
Got a flag. Our first penalty of the night is on King. It's a false start.
Yeah, and that was totally unnecessary. DeAndre Williams, you can't talk to C.J. Sadler. I saw him against Southfield. Cass Tech lost the game, and Southfield A&T went on to win the state championship. C.J. will talk you right out of your game.
As you're seeing on the screen right now, Cass has owned this rivalry recently. They've won 4 out of the last 5. They've won 3 straight PSL titles. King wants a little get back tonight, but Cass's defense is swarming on this drive. Pick your poison. Whole bunch of guys in there. Darius Summers III getting up, making a little noise.
Yeah, I just think right now for King, you can't get distracted. You got to stay with your game plan, and you can't fall apart. You got to stay focused. That false start is big. Anytime you go backwards on a penalty, it's going to hurt your cause.
It is 3rd down and 17.
Another penalty.
Yep.
Delay a game.
And this King drive, which the first one was a brilliant drive, nothing could go wrong. It's got to feel like for a Crusader fan, nothing can go right on this drive.
Yeah, they've got to find a way to convert and keep this thing alive, considering that Cass Tech took, 2-3 plays to score.
Knight's got it, 3rd and a mile. Andrew Knight, what a throw and catch! How'd he get that open? 3rd and 17, no problems. Daryl Flemister moved the sticks.
Well, I said they needed to make a play. and they must have heard me. They answered it because that connection that these two young men have for King, it's just, it's exactly what the doctor ordered right there. That's a nice pass. Great play by Knight. Knight was a kid that they wanted coming out of middle school, but he was living in Sterling Heights. It would have caused a big stir, and now he's over at King and getting the job done. Forged Flemister to go to his natural position, wide receiver.
Ball right at midfield for King. Andrew Knight keeping. Andrew Knight, first down and more. Andrew Knight escorted out of bounds. Back-to-back plays with a transfer from Sterling Heights Stevenson is making his presence felt.
I just got to tell you, the pace. I mean, the tempo. We talked about that in the first game. In this game, it is totally different. This is some real good high school stuff.
And now all of a sudden, Eric, because King gets that pivotal first down, this drive can start to look like the first drive. Get some first downs, bleed some clock. Andrew Knight slides down.
Wow.
Yeah, that play was kind of busted from the get-go, and he elects to eat the dirt instead of taking a crunch there as Colin Sumter was coming in for Cass Tech.
And I'm talking both teams shuttle in different players, different units, player groups. They don't just play, hey, we got 11 here and that's it. They got some depth. Look at those sidelines.
Officially a loss of 1 on that last play. Knight given time again. He's taking a shot toward the end zone. That ball is incomplete. Deontay Ellington was out of bounds.
I want to see this replay because that was a heck of a throw and a nice comeback by the receiver. Check it out. On the replay, turned one way, yeah, out of bounds. Out of bounds. Couldn't drag that last toe.
Poor Deontay Ellington looked to the heavens after he couldn't get those feet twisted around.
This kid's a speed merchant.
Yeah, I thought somebody was humming.
Kings already converted a 3rd down and 17 on this drive. What do they got 3rd and 11? Knight, quick throw. In Ellington's hands. There he is, the speed merchant. Deontay Ellington moves the sticks, and oh boy, Sadler was taken hard to the turf by Wheeler, and they got a lot of flags on the field.
But what did I say a few moments ago? C.J. Sadler is going to talk you out of your game. You got to be locked in, fellas. If you're King, your coaches got to tell you, man, don't say anything to that guy.
So Ellington does get the first down, but watch far side of your screen. Wheeler finished the block on Sadler. And they have ruled
offsetting.
Yep, offsetting personal foul penalties on both guys.
And Sadler is going to get in, as the game goes longer, he's going to be more intensified. Remember the coin toss that and during the first game where King chose not to shake hands? And they had the nerve to someone mic'd C.J. Sadler. A guy just starts to talk, and that gets him going. Social media is just taking over.
Knight keeping all the way. Oh, Andrew Knight took a big hit right in the middle of the field. Marcus Jennings laid the lumber, but it is gain of 8 on first down.
King with a nice drive here, and they've established this run early on. See if they can't continue this. Look at this. But that's a heck of a hit.
It's a future Pitt Panther, Marcus Jennings, laying the wood.
That was an ear hole.
Officially a gain of 7 on the last play. 2nd down, 3. Give. First down and more. Oh, what a run. He won't go down until he's in the end zone.
Touchdown.
How about it, Willie Walker for 6.
Man, we've called so many names of running backs. I'd like to just see a depth chart of the entire team. They got about 6 guys that are capable of running the ball, and I think 5 of them have already touched it for King. That's a great drive and great determination by Walker. Walker was a runner there, a bowling ball. Look at this. Refused to go down. And if you're going to tackle, you better use proper technique because he'll carry you. That was a heck of a play.
Second extra point for King is no good. So the lead stays 13-7. Another break in the action from Ford Field. No Michael Dukes, no problems for the King Crusaders. A bunch of guys running that rock, and they're doing it well. Willie Walker is in, and King leads again.
Take a look at us right now. We are everything that will be. We are an engine of progress that has been forged by generations, driven by the knowledge that each student in every classroom has the potential to be their best self and inspire us all. We are teachers, parents, families, all ready to do our part. We know when students rise, we all rise. We are Detroit Public Schools Community District.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
Year after year, Cass and King are living at the top of the PSL Blue Division. Meeting at Ford Field year after year. King lost to Cass earlier this year, so Cass Tech, the perfect record in the league, 5-0 coming in. Detroit King at 4-1.
Yeah, I've got to go do some research and find out when the last time there was a non-Cass King City Championship.
Wheeler's kick is out of bounds again. You know, the last time King kicked the ball out of bounds, Cass made him kick it again. And William Sykes had a great return across the 50. See if they make him kick it again. You know, we talk so much about Cass Tech's success, and with good reason. They're the reigning Division I state champions. They've won 4 state championships all time, all since 2011. But Detroit King, this is a real stat, has 2 losing seasons since 1980. The amount of talent that has come out of both King and Cass is staggering. Until Oregon lost to Indiana last week, Dante Moore, a King alum, was the Heisman favorite for Oregon.
And remember, he started as a freshman and I want to say won the state championship.
That ball is live. Cass was having a hard time falling on the football, but it is technician ball over there. As that rolled free near the King sideline. All those Crusaders in white thought they were going to fall on the football.
Yeah, Dante Moore, you look around. Penny Boone was over at Maryland and then transferred to Toledo, running back. They've had so many great players at King. And then you talk about Cass Tech, Deion Walker, Buffalo Bills. Just saw him on Monday night after that tough loss to the Atlanta Falcons. And they just, both programs, and their head coaches are homegrown. That says it all about both programs.
Julian Taylor is the running back with Tabron's right. He's really come on as the season's come along. Talent and speed galore on the field for Cass Tech. Sykes the man in motion.
Oh.
And it's a penalty on Cass Tech. I mean, that's the type of false start formation penalty that if you're Marvin Rushing, Cass Tech's head coach, you'll live with the first or second week in the season. You won't live with that in week 8.
Because it can cost you. That's a tough one.
You were talking earlier, Eric, about, hey, everyone talks about the size of Cass Tech's lines offensively and defensively, but King's lines this year have really been impressive too.
Oh, but without a doubt, and they built this thing. I'm telling you, when I saw their JV about 3 or 4 years ago, it just you saw it even then that they have a core group of guys, and they just keep them coming. That's the point. King grows them. Cass grows them. They find them, they grow them, and they keep going.
Delay a game on Cass Tech. Well, they did score on their only play of the last drive, so maybe they figure on this drive, let's back ourselves up an extra 10 and make the job a little harder, I guess.
Man, that is something else. I mean, you got to minimize the mistakes when you come down the Ford Field, whether it be October or November.
Sykes in motion again. Give Taylor for nothing. Whole bunch of Crusaders come to get him.
King is flying around like none other. I didn't see the first game, but my goodness. They are playing with a purpose tonight. Look at this. Swarming the ball carrier, rallying to the football. I see at least 6 Crusaders on the ball carrier. That's pretty doggone good.
George Butler, number 28, first man making contact. 2nd down and a mile. Tabron, throw, Sykes, catch for maybe a yard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Crusaders in to bring Sykes down. Willie Walker in there again with Butler, and it's going to be 3rd down and forever.
And I think a lot of, and as you see, 77 and 5 kind of John a little bit with the folks from King, the young people from King. I think that this week in practice, I'm sure Coach Patrick, and we didn't really talk about that very much at his news conference, but I'm sure he had the defense rallying to the football. You have to corral Cass. One false move, and you can lose a kid because they have so much speed around the field.
King converted on multiple 3rd and longs on their last drive. Does Cass Tech do it to him here? Tabron running away from pressure. Tabron tucks and runs, not even close to getting there. Escorted out of bounds by Don Spillers. 4th down.
And the intensity is going to increase, and I see after every play, guys are having those conversations that maybe we don't see all the time, but the chatter's going to always be there when King and Cass get together. It's not going to be silent football. And I'm sure the coaches encourage it. They just don't want to have an excess of it.
Cass Tech is lined up to punt here. That's Sadler back deep. Remember, he has played quarterback in his high school career. There's always the chance for a fake with CJ. He does punt it. Stevens lets it bounce. And this gets a good roll for the technicians. King drive will start right around the 20.
Nice punt by Sadler. He's an all, he'll list at college as an athlete, and that's exactly what he is. He can. I hear he can place kick. He's a punter. He's a receiver. He's a quarterback. He's a skill position guy, and he also plays corner. And probably if you put him at linebacker or safety, because he has that kind of attitude. He plays basketball. I mean, one of the first times I saw him when he played with kid Darius Acuff, who is now at Arkansas, at the University of Arkansas. And those two are, what a heck of a combination. And fast forward to this, he's a football guy without question.
Standings in the PSL blue this year. You want to know the gulf between Cass Tech, King, and everybody else. So Southeastern also went 4-1. King beat them 48-0 to make sure they were playing in this game.
Wow.
Spillers was in motion. And we have delay a game on King. You know what's tough about that, Eric, is we are in an NFL facility. where of course usually they turn on the play clocks, but they don't turn them on here, so it's tough for both these teams to know if it's delay a game or not.
Right. Wow. That is one of those unfortunate things.
Give it to the right. Massey's had the bulk of the carries in this game. Michael Dukes, who's missed the last 5 games for King. Wasn't sure if he was going to play tonight. We haven't seen him so far tonight. You do wonder if King is trying to save Dukes, not only for the playoffs, but King's got a pretty important game next week, too. They're playing the Prep Bowl here at Ford Field against Catholic League champion Detroit Catholic Central.
And Catholic Central has a lot to say about who's the best team in Division I, and that'll be a physical contest. That's the thing. There's never a break at King. There's never a break at Cass. These high premier, high-profile programs always seem to have those tough schedules.
We'll take this thing into the second quarter. King has landed the first punch on Cass, leading the ball as we start the second from Ford Field right after this.
If you are looking for a life-changing workout experience, look no further than Pure Barre Novi. We are proud to help you achieve your fitness goals while joining a vibrant, supportive community that is over 300 women strong. Our classes are designed to strengthen and tone your entire body, and our teachers can help provide modifications for any fitness level. Find out more right now by calling 248-596-0002, visiting our website, following us on social media, or by coming to our studio right on Grand River Avenue in Novi. We can't wait to see you and help you achieve your fitness goals.
PSL title game from Ford Field, leading the ball for King as we're about to start the second quarter. But before we get there, let's check in with Kara down the field.
Yeah, Evan, well, we have talked about Dante Moore, obviously former quarterback here at King, now leading the Oregon Ducks, but he's still very involved in this King program. This summer, actually donated $10,000 back into the football program. And Evan, when we asked Coach Patrick just to talk a little bit about Dante, his face absolutely lit up. He said, if this says anything, he's actually a better person than he is a quarterback, which if you know Dante Moore, that's saying a lot. But he said it goes beyond the money. It's the time that he spends. He actually came back this summer to work out with the kids in the program and really just teach them everything that he knows. But like I said, a better person than a football player, that's saying a lot about a Heisman favorite, guys.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Andrew Knight, one of the guys following in Dante's big footsteps, throws to Don Spillers, who's tackled in the open field. Eric, I know as somebody who's a PSL alum, a PSL guy yourself, to see someone like Dante Moore, who, you know, he could have easily gone to IMG or one of these other schools, but he stayed all 4 years at King. And he made it very clear when he was a student, and now when he's no longer a student, he still wants his roots to be here in Detroit.
Well, one thing about Detroit is we love our high schools. And if you get a chance to play at Cass or King, that's creme de la creme. And Coach Spencer and all the other coaches before will finish the thought in a sec.
Andrew Knight, he needs some magic. Andrew Knight took a hit and threw it away. Cass Tech gets a big stop defensively.
Well, Ty Spencer, who's now at East Kentwood, and even Coach Harville, they wanted to play a Midwestern showcase type schedule where you're going to Ohio, where you're playing those tough teams. They played East St. Louis, the Flyers, a couple years ago. I mean, this is what King wants to do, and now Cass follows suit. Even Denby, you saw on their schedule they played Garfield Heights. It's always good to see programs that don't want to play cupcakes, just like in college football. They want to play the tough teams from Ohio and Illinois in the Midwest.
King's going to punt it here. Amir Forrest, their backup quarterback, is the punter. Forrest's kick, bounds, Sadler fields, and he's tackled. What a tackle in the open field, and he was letting them know about it. George Butler is all over this field tonight for King.
I mean, he is fired up. He is the ring. It's like he's the ring leader of getting those guys fired up. Remember what Coach Patrick said? C.J. Sadler, and just the way that he is, makes those guys better. Well, maybe some King guys are taking a page out of his book and being fired up about playing this game and showing that they care, showing that they're energized, showing that they're not going to start slow. And that's what George Butler's doing. He's showing that he's emotionally charged and passionate about playing against the Cass Tech technicians.
They start in King territory at the 39. Taylor's behind Tabron. They pitch it to Sadler. Flag as Corey won't go down. He does get up to the 35-yard line to the 34. But that flag was thrown where you usually get holding.
See what it is.
It is a hold on Cass Tech. And Eric, you and I have both watched a fair amount of Cass Tech Detroit King games, and there's so much talent on the field. You almost feel bad for the officials sometimes. This is basically a low-level college game at the high school level. It's very hard to officiate.
I'm glad you said that because it is exactly that. This is equivalent to a junior college, you know, low-level college game, as you said. And I tell you, that it's a compliment and a testament to the coaches, the programs, and the players, of course.
Tabron gives to Taylor, and there is not a lot of room as that King D-line is starting to assert itself. Big Gregory Keller, the future Grand Valley State Laker, makes the tackle.
Yeah, you're going to find kids that are Division I, Division II. My nephew's at Adrian College. You got Division III kids. You got NAIA kids. If you play at these schools, you're going to play collegiate football. It's fair to say, even if you rode the bench. I mean, you're going to get an opportunity to play at the next level.
30 guys combined between the two teams have a D1 offer. Tabron dropping. Tabron throwing. And it's caught. Williams Sykes right along that sideline. That is the type of throw that has college coaches across America drooling.
Man, what a nice dime. Don't forget J. Rue Campbell, won the Cass Tech's first championship as a freshman. I couldn't believe what this kid was able to do until I saw Tabron. And that's Donald Tabron II. I mean, what a player. Only a sophomore? Wow. I'm just wondering what was wrong with me. How come I couldn't make a son like that?
Eric, I have no earthly idea how to respond to that.
Hey, don't. I'm just questioning myself.
Third down, Tabron, fastball, Sadler, first down and more. Corey Sadler won't go down. Oh, how about it, CJ, inside the 10.
Man. This guy can really play the game. Tabron, the Sadler, you can watch it all day. Check this out. I mean, just nice route, and the ball is right there when you turn around. He high points it. Then the rest is on him. Juking, as they say, jiving, and just putting a little sauce on it. Just like that food from Mr.
Smokey G's.
Smokey G's.
Come on now.
Making me hungry all over again.
You had a Larabar before the game. You're good.
Please. Didn't have any sauce on it.
I mean, you could have put sauce on it.
Oh,
Nobody was stopping you.
Come on. Get me the Smokey G's and get me there quickly. But I tell you this, Sadler, there's not a better player in the state of Michigan, and I haven't seen everyone. I don't have to. He's got it. And this young man, basketball player, can run track, football player extraordinaire, and this is say Bill Belichick's getting a nice kid, and he's getting a nice bag down there, too, when he heads to Chapel Hill.
Tabron, throw, Miss Sykes. He was open.
Yeah, and I think we kind of forget about William Sykes Jr., another player that is very capable. Here, Tabron had his feet set. It was all there. Player was open on the other end, and Sykes.
All right, 3rd down and goal. You got the ball at the 6. Garza's a capable kicker, but in this type of game, I wonder if you can afford to kick field goals. This may be 4-down territory.
You know, King missed that extra point. Cass has an edge with the kicker. If you can't score here, get in the end zone, you should try to get that 3.
Play fake. Tabron floats it out of the back of the end zone.
Flag.
And a late one, too.
What happened here?
The flag is down at the goal line.
Somebody was giving somebody the business.
It's an eligible man downfield on Cass Tech.
Yep.
King did take the penalty to make it 3rd down. Are you surprised by that?
Yeah, I am shocked because you hold them and you really want to get an opportunity to get out of there. Now you're going to give them a little bit more life? That's disrespectful.
We'll see if the King decision to keep Cass's offense on the field ends up working out. King will take the timeout before the 3rd and goal.
Talk to the official here, Coach Patrick is probably saying, can I retract that? I never said, he said, I never said we accept the penalty.
Also, Coach Patrick thought no one was going to notice his cement 4s. I noticed him, Coach. Look at you.
And he's waving his hands as to say, hey, we declined. We declined the penalty. Somebody said something, that's for sure. Coach Patrick at Illinois State University, Redbird, former King Crusader Center wide receiver. I mean, it's just amazing that these guys have stayed connected to that program for that long. And what was the stat? Since 1980?
2 losing seasons for King.
2 losing seasons. I mean, wow. What do you say to that? I mean, it's just unbelievable. Darnell Dickerson, before Dante Moore, was a heck of a quarterback at King, ended up at Pitt, was a can't-miss prospect and a blue chipper.
3rd down goal here from the 11. Taylor's the back with Tabron. Sadler alone on the near side of the field. Sykes is in the slot far side. Tabron's got it. Looking left. All the way. Corner of the end zone. No. Sykes gets up wanting a flag, but he's not going to get the call.
Looked like it was a little bit too far, but Cass Tech definitely has the ability to throw the football, as Tabron is just, I mean, nice throws. This is a 10th grader. And they are going to kick the field goal, which I think is a smart decision.
Garza's going to kick it about the length where he made the game winner in overtime against Granville. Good snap and hold, and Fabian Garza's kick is blocked. It's blocked.
So you walk away with absolutely nothing. Wow.
Another quick break here at Ford Field. Kings defense bends but does not break. And they have a lead in the ball after this.
At Foodie Centric, our client's agenda is our first priority. We specialize in unique items that are memorable and drive profits to your bottom line immediately. From gluten-free exclusive items to specialty Palazzolo gelato and Melting Moments ice cream sandwiches and so much more, Foodie-centric solutions will have you set for success today, tomorrow, and for the future. Foodie-centric solutions at the center of all of what's important for your first to your last goal.
Back to ball here at Ford Field. Knight runs the ball on first down, and he's wrapped up by Victor Polk for a loss. Knight's done a nice job running the football for King. Almost 30 rushing yards in this game, but that time he was going backward.
That was let's go back to the block field goal. I mean, that's a big play. Didn't quite see who got their hand up for King, but man, Cass has a better kicking game, but when you can't make them, it just negates everything.
Knight to throw. Andrew Knight with a flag. He was hoping for his man over the middle, Don Spillers, and Peyton Robinson, the freshman, number 10, was riding him.
Yeah, there was some nice coverage, so it seemed. Somebody grabbed him. You had two D-backs in the vicinity, one draped all over.
Look who's hanging out.
Where's J-Mo?
Is that J-Mo?
Where you at, man? Where you at, J-Mo? I'll never forget him in the NFC divisional round, scoring and doing that little Pretty Ricky dance.
J-Mo's done many dances.
Man, he is hilarious.
You know what? Some of J-Mo's dances, I'll say it because you're thinking it, they are not family friendly.
I mess with
And they get 15-yard penalties at inopportune times, but that man is fast.
I like his style. I'm glad that he's stepping up as a receiver. They're going to need him Monday night, that's for sure.
It is 2nd down and 14. They picked up the flag. Knight gives, run for a nice little chunk. Marion Stewart refused to go down. That ball across the 25 to the 26. What looked like it may be no gain turns into a much more manageable 3rd down for King after a really nice run.
This is King's style of play. Muscle football, grind it out, run the football. They choose to do this. They don't want to finesse you. They want to beat you down.
It's been a methodical approach offensively for King. Can they keep this drive cooking? Stewart again, and he's brought down. What closing speed from Marcus Jennings to stop that play for a big loss.
Wow, wait a minute.
The ball was out and it was recovered by King. By rule, you cannot advance the fumble, so they mark him back. Stewart, the running back, may have been down anyway. But either way, coaching staff for King's not going to love the fact that they keep getting these stops defensively and can't take advantage offensively.
There you go. It seems to bog down in 1 or 2 plays, but my goodness, man. You can't leave the door open for Cass Tech, that's for sure.
They kick it away from Sadler. Corey picks it up. Corey Sadler got a block. And then he got tackled by about 3 King Crusaders right around the 40-yard line.
We had to call Corey Sadler electric because every time he touches it, there's sparks flying, there's juice flowing, and he just gets Cass Tech going. I mean, I see Sykes Jr. on the other side, really productive player. But what do you do when this kid graduates? You got to make another one because he's impacted the program.
Ever since he was a freshman, Corey Sadler has made the whole city, the whole state pay attention. Tabron. Sykes made a man miss. Williams Sykes, 1st down and more. Cass Tech drive across midfield.
Cass Tech, you can't continue to let them have an opportunity to move the ball, get 1st downs, because at some point Cass Tech has enough, more than enough, to make some plays and get in the end zone.
Hendricks the back behind Tabron. Tabron keeping and sliding down. That's not as graceful a slide as you'll see next door at Comerica Park. And maybe Riley Green can give Tabron some sliding lessons. I mean, Donald's grandpa played for the Detroit Stars, so he should have a little bit more baseball in him. That was a bit of an awkward slide.
Hey, let's give him a pass, okay? Is that all right?
Okay. Yeah, I will give him a pass.
Because this kid can do just that. He can pass the football, and he's an athlete. Dad was telling me about him in the tunnel and how all the hard work he puts in, and it's showing.
Give to Hendricks. Look at those legs churn. Damari Hendricks into the secondary. Stevens had to stop him from maybe rumbling all the way into the end zone.
Now, let me look at the program. The program lists Damari Hendricks is 5'5", 164. He's 5'2". From here, the eye test says he may be 5 feet, but he can scoot. Cass Tech putting together some nice drives. You just got to finish them.
And remember, they do get the ball to start the second half. Tabron with time. Over the middle. Sadler's got it again. First down again. Cass Tech into the red zone, and here we go again, Eric. This is the same situation as last drive. King bent, didn't break, gonna have to do it again.
Yeah, it's very important for King to put their foot down, cause a turnover, something. You cannot afford to let Cass Tech continue to get to the red zone, and conversely, Cass Tech can't keep getting in the red zone and coming up empty.
Give to Julian Taylor. Wouldn't go down. Kept those legs churning inside the 10. They'll mark him down at the 7. Julian Taylor is every bit 5'10", 215. As that sideline for King is starting to get some long faces.
Wow, they're getting concerned, and rightfully so. 13-7 can quickly become 14-13 or more.
Second down, 6. Give to Taylor. Julian Taylor, touchdown, Cass Tech.
Wow. And we gotta say this. Cass Tech's offensive line opened up some big holes. That was impressive.
One cut, 2 cut, touchdown, CT. That man's going to be playing Division I football somewhere. He's already got a bunch of offers.
Big extra point. And
it's right down Woodward.
Wow.
Cass Tech taking a 14-13 lead. One final break, 2:41 to go, first half. Hang on. We have another late flag. They've thrown that flag at the goal line. And they're going to back Cass Tech up. I believe they called sideline penalty on Cass Tech.
Wow.
Now that's not going to make Marvin Rushing happy.
I just don't, I would warn them until I was blue in the face. Sometimes I don't like to see that called in a game like this. I'm sorry.
Got to back Garza up for the Cass Tech lead. No worries, he still got it. All right, now we'll hit a break. Cass Tech 14, King 13. Chance for the Crusaders to take the lead back after this Julian Taylor touchdown gave Cass the lead.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
We could have another Cass King classic on our hands. They're going back and forth. King led, Cass led, King led. Now Cass Tech leads. Julian Taylor just rumbled into the end zone for Marvin Rushing's club. And it's 14-13 Cass Tech. Technician's about to kick it away, give it back to King. Leighton Kelly, number 80, will kick it deep for CT. He squibs this kick, and it's fallen on by the Crusaders right around the 35-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that. Are they capable of kicking it deep? If so, kick it deep and make King start from their own 20, 25 or so.
Deep is a powerful new movie that takes you inside the life and journey of Detroit's own Rob Murphy, from the inner streets to the top of D1 basketball at Syracuse, Eastern Michigan, and beyond. It's a story about perseverance, faith, leadership, and the fight to rise above adversity. You'll see all the real highs, setbacks, and lessons that shaped Murph into the man he is today. Streaming coming up on Monday on Tubi. Don't miss it.
Nothing like a good Tubi movie during the week. You got nothing going on.
All eyes locked on this awesome ball game tonight. Andrew Knight flips those shoulders, and he's got another completion. Deontay Ellington is making plays for King tonight. Catch, move those sticks. First down, King.
King's got to regain some of that spark. They have kind of lost that spark, and it's just, you know, it's a lot to do with Cass Tech, because they've been able to move the football efficiently, effectively, swiftly. King's got to answer, and immediately with some urgency here.
Knight keeping. Andrew Knight brought down hard from behind. Man, every time he runs the ball, there's a couple of technicians on him. Brian Stovall Jr., one of the men making the tackle.
Down here on the outside, you got LaMarcus Army going back and forth with King receiver Deontay Ellington. Exchanging some words. They're going to say something. These guys are having their internal battles, and that's okay. This is the game for it. Just don't go be excessive with it.
Under 2 to go, and a first half that has lived up to the hype. Massey running right. Chris Massey dragging some technicians across that first down marker. Couple of first downs on the drive for King, and now with that clock winding down, let's see how both teams manage the clock with those timeouts.
And that clock management is very important, and both coaches need to be conscious of it. And particularly now with, you know, King moving the ball, Coach Patrick. King has 2 timeouts left. Cass has 3.
Timeout Cass Tech. They will burn one of those 3 timeouts they've got. Coming up on 90 seconds to go, first half. Shout out to our friends at Smokey G's for feeding the crew before the game. Save for Eric, he didn't get there in time. Delicious brisket, mac and cheese, the potato salad was really good, and that cobbler was, the words remarkable. It was great. 2670 Atwater Street in Detroit. Maybe you need a little snack after this ball game tonight, or need some food while you're watching college football tomorrow. Call them, 313-693-2533.
Evan, correction. It wasn't that I didn't get here on time. I got a day job. Because you think I would have been here at 8 a.m. if I didn't have to work waiting on that Smokey G's. I know how good it is. I got to pick some up on the way out.
I feel like I am giving Smokey G some business from you, Eric, Pate, tomorrow.
It's happening tonight.
Okay.
It's going down.
All right. Andrew Knight, a deep drop. Rolling away. Tucking and running. And he's brought down from behind. That's still a solid gain on first down of about 5 or 6.
Hurry up.
2 timeouts for King, coming up on a minute to go first half. Andrew Knight now approaching 50 yards rushing in the ball game. He ran for 3 touchdowns in the first game against Cass Tech.
Letting a lot of time go off the clock here.
And they'll run it with Stewart. Hit the circle button, and he spun right into a man. What a job staying home by Marcus Jennings.
See, now they have to hurry up and get up to the line of scrimmage. This is 3rd down. You got to make something happen right now if you're King, if you want something out of this drive.
And remember, Cass Tech gets the ball to start the second half. Detroit King ends up calling timeout, but they waited about 20 seconds to call the timeout.
That's the kind of stuff that just drives folks crazy. That should have been a quick timeout. Save 25 seconds, maybe more. Set up a play or 2, and then you're good to go.
You know, the thing about profiling these 2 teams is you could choose from like 30 different guys for notable alumni, but Dante Moore is the obvious pick right now for King. Twice a state champion when he was at King, went out a winner in 22 against Muskegon. His travels out west collegiately. First he was going to go to Oregon, then he ends up at UCLA. Then he ends up at Oregon, waits a year behind Dylan Gabriel. And last week's loss aside, Dante Moore has become one of the better quarterbacks in all of college football this year.
It was interesting watching him be recruited by Dan Lanning's staff, and the gentleman, I forget his name, that's at Arizona State, was out here a lot.
Kenny Dillingham.
He was here personally recruiting Dante Moore. And just good to have met the young man and watched him grow.
This is a first down for King on the catch and run. They get it to DeAndre Williams. And I think the best part of that play, Eric, is they get out of bounds and stop the clock.
The stuff that you wanted 2 plays ago, but nonetheless, they moved the ball. And they're in a good position here. They're in close to the red zone.
Knight, throw. Out of bounds again. Ellington gains a handful. They mark that football right at the 20.
They're running a drag where the receiver is running up. One receiver's running a post, and the receiver on the left side is running that drag, and he's getting it 7-8 yards a pop and stepping out of bounds. Good play call.
Knight's got it. Deep drop. Andrew steps up. He loses the ball. That's a live ball.
King recover it.
Yeah. King somehow gets on top of the ball.
Now, got to watch the clock. They're gonna have to.
Well, the officials got to decide. That ball is out. That is not a pass. That's a fumble.
It's a fumble.
So if King is ruled to have recovered the ball, which they have.
The clock's going.
Yeah, and they put the ball at the 10-yard line, which King just spiked the ball with 6 seconds. There's a lot going on that play.
Darn right. Now they're going to try to politic. They'll do a little politicking. See if they can get some more time on the clock, but I don't think it's going to work.
And we've already seen Detroit King miss an extra point in this game. So kicking a field goal is not an option here. Got to heave one. Knight quick throw. Incomplete.
Oh, that's what you wanted.
Ellington was open in the end zone.
Just what you wanted. Just what you wanted. This is exactly what you wanted. Now, with 2 seconds left, you got to score.
A fitting first half finish between the 2 finest teams in Detroit and 2 of the finest high school football programs in the Midwest. Aztecs got the 2 timeouts, and Marvin Rushing says, boys, we're going to burn one here.
Pretty rapid, timed first half. Real time, it's up to an hour and 10 minutes.
Which for a Cass Tech Detroit King game is pretty speedy.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad. Hey, I just think here this is a pivotal moment for King because you came out fast, you scored, you've had the lead for the most part. That missed extra point is super huge, but you've allowed Cass to score on a quick play, and then they had a nice drive. So you've got to respond, and what better way to do it than right before the half? You score here, and it's a different, scenario for Cass coming out of the locker room because they're going to get the ball, and momentum's on the line.
Likely the final play of a dynamic first half. The drama builds.
Yeah, I just think right here, you go back to a few plays ago when they didn't call the timeout and the time goes off the clock. Big time blunder.
Andrew Knight chucks it to the end zone. Jump ball! Who came down with it? Incomplete.
Yeah.
The freshman, number 10, Peyton Robinson, held firm. They threw a jump ball. They were trying to get Don Spillers, but Peyton wasn't having it.
I don't care what they say. That's a King. That's a Cass Tech, interception. Or that's an incompletion, I guess. But let's see the replay here and see exactly what happened. They're competing. Yeah, he had it all the way. Let's look at this angle.
I mean, that's the matchup you want.
Yes.
You got a 6'2 receiver on a 5'9 freshman cornerback, but they hold firm, and Cass has got a 1-point lead at the break.
That 5'9 corner did a hell of a job.
Kings coach Terrell Patrick standing by with Carol.
Coach, what do you make of that incomplete pass call there to end the second quarter?
I don't want to say anything and get me in trouble. We got to play a 4-quarter game. There's 2 more quarters left.
You said you wanted to create your own energy coming into tonight. How do you think your team has done so far in this one?
Not so good, but it's a 15-round fight, and we knew it would be. We got it right. We wanted to come down to the end.
You also said you wanted to defend C.J. Sadler. Just 1 touchdown here. Just how do you assess your team's defense on him?
Got to do a little bit better. Still giving them too much room to operate. So we're going to make those adjustments and see what we can do.
Thanks, Coach.
All right,
Kara's trying to keep Coach for as long as she can, but Coach Patrick wants to talk to his boys as they try to dial up a winning recipe on the second half. Take a breather, get a beverage, get a snack, and stay tuned with us. We got a heck of a halftime and second half coming up. Cass King, the rivalry renewed, and it's a great one. 1-point lead for Cass Tech at the half.
The store is set up. He's got the order, and he's off. It's a full court press. These brands are knocking it out of the park. This, my friends, is the speed we've come to expect from this team. Just look at the precision of that move, and it's out of here.
I don't know how I feel about basketball, man. Ain't nothing like me.
You know I live for this game.
You're good at this. This can get you where you want to go.
You're smart and you're more than talented. So don't waste it by getting yourself into things you can't get out of.
You got a bright future ahead of you. You got to stop focusing on fast money.
I know situations that was actually true that never gone public. My allegations are completely false.
So how much are you gonna make?
You know, some people will find a way to get to a bigger trip.
Who built this? Me! And nobody taking it. Remember, whatever you decide to do, always say God with you.
This is like a full circle moment for me. Growing up in Detroit.
One bad decision could change your life for the rest of your life, bro.
You got a choice to make. It's either the streets or us.
I guess I don't have a choice.
Follow the Prep on social media. We're on TikTok, X, Instagram, Facebook, and right here on our YouTube. And you can also be a part of our sponsorship team as well. Contact us today, info@theprepsports.com. At Foodie Centric, our client's agenda is our first priority. We specialize in unique items that are memorable and drive profits to your bottom line immediately. From gluten-free exclusive items to specialty Palazzolo gelato and Melting Moments ice cream sandwiches and so much more, Foodie Centric Solutions will have you set for success today, tomorrow, and for the future. Foodie Centric Solutions at the center of all of what's important for your first to your last goal.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss.
McKinley scores!
Welcome back here to Ford Field. I am joined by Jay Alexander, PSL Executive Director of Athletics. Just what's it like being here at Ford Field for this major championship game tonight?
It's absolutely wonderful to give these kids the opportunity of a lifetime. You know, some of them may not make it, and just to be able to perform in an NFL stadium is absolutely unbelievable.
What is the reaction from the kids, Ben? Getting to come here in Ford Field, it's a whole day's worth of things. You know, you get to go in the locker rooms, all that kind of stuff. Just what is the reaction, Ben, from them?
They love it. I mean, even at the press conference at the end, we try to make it a real college experience for them, and so it's just amazing to see their smiles on their faces. Because they go through so many trials and tribulations every day, student athlete, and so. But it's exciting.
Well, let's get into these two teams playing here tonight, Cass and King. I feel like we talk about it each and every year, every time they play. Just what have you seen out of these two football programs in the last couple years?
They don't quit. They rebuild. Their coaching staff does a tremendous job. On and off the field. These kids are the epitome of student athletes. I can't say enough about Coach Terrell Patrick at King and Coach Rushing at Cass, because those two are the best, finest coaches in the country, and their program is disciplined, hard fought, and they get after it inside the classroom and out.
Well, it's been such a special night here already, but just what is the lead up into these games? I know we had one earlier. It's a little bit of a doubleheader, so how much work goes into these nights?
Oh my God, we got time? How much time we got on this interview?
We got plenty.
Oh my God, let me tell you what, it's a lot of work. I mean, we have to meet with the police department several times, our police, Detroit Police, Wayne County Sheriff, the police here with Darren Johnson, who runs the police. So it's that, then you have to do all of the logistics, getting the right passes, making sure Ford Field, make sure Safe has everything. It is a lot, encompasses a lot, but I have a really good team. My team is one of the best I've ever been around, and so we work hard. We're 6 of us, but we're mighty and strong.
Both of these programs have mentioned just how special it is to be able to represent the city of Detroit. What can you say about that?
It's definitely impactful for the city of Detroit. This is the rivalry, almost probably one of the top in the country, but definitely here in the city. And people look forward to this. I mean, we have standing room only normally on certain games. I mean, we restricted games today because of all the stuff going around in the world. But other than that, this rivalry is second to none. I just can't tell you. And if you're not here living it, feeling it, breathing it, I mean, this is it. I mean, right? People are still talking about this 40 years from now, right? And so that's how big this rivalry is.
I can definitely attest to that. The atmosphere in here has been insane. Jay, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us tonight. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely. My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
All right, guys.
Love Piece Threads Design Bar, a unique new fashion experience in downtown Milford. Get ready to elevate your style by stepping foot in our design shop. Love Piece Threads Design Bar, offers specialized collections of custom apparel from denim jackets and sweatshirts to dresses and hats. We have a variety of options to choose from. Whether you're looking for a one-in-a-kind piece or you want to set a new fashion trend, our store has got you covered with endless customization options. But that's not all. Our design bar is also the perfect place for a fun and creative night out and for any kind of celebration. Book a party with us for a full experience. Gather your family or friends and design your own custom jacket, complete with patches and your own personal touches. Unleash your imagination and create something truly special with our hands-on design experience. Love Peace Threads Design Bar is more than just a store. It's a place where fashion meets creativity and community.
I don't know how I feel about basketball, man. Ain't nothing like me.
You know I live for this game.
You're good at this. This can get you where you want to go.
You're smart and you're more than talented. So don't waste it by getting yourself into things you can't get out of.
You got a bright future ahead of you. You gotta stop focusing on the fast money.
I know situations that was actually true that never gone public. My allegations are completely false.
So how much are you going to make to do?
Some people will find a way to get to a bigger check.
Who built this? Me! And nobody taking it. Remember, whatever you decide to do, always say God with you.
This is like a full circle moment for me. Growing up in Detroit.
One bad decision could change your life for the rest of your life, bro.
You got a choice to make. It's either the streets or us.
I guess I don't have a choice.
Hi, I'm Nick DePonio, and this is HVAC.
Rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
Four wide receivers. Pressure. Steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
The store is set up. He's got the order, and he's off. It's a full court press. These brands are knocking it out of the park. This, my friends, is the speed we've come to expect from this team. Just look at the precision of that move, and it's out of here.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
Welcome back here to Ford Field. I'm joined now by Brian Metallic, owner of of G-Brand USA, proud sponsor here at the Prep. Just how cool is it? We're here at Ford Field watching these championship games.
Oh, so awesome. So awesome. Such good talent out here. It's just awesome.
I got to start by asking, what do you make of these two football programs? Powerhouses in the state of Michigan putting on a show here for us tonight.
Wow. I mean, what talent we've got in Detroit. It's unbelievable. I mean, you see kids all over this field that are going to be next level. It's a pleasure, honestly. We're really happy to be a part of it.
Let's talk a little bit about your partnership with the Prep. Just how did that relationship come to be?
Woo! Chad Bush is my guy. Where's Chad at? Chad just approached me, a couple years ago, and I just, it was something I really wanted to be a part of because Chad is just so, how would you say it? He's just really into it. So, we try to buy into it with him. So it's been a good deal. We love Chad.
What is it about this partnership that makes you, you're here at the game here tonight. Just what makes it so special?
Well, it's, anytime we could be a part of it and give back to the community, we love it. Jay Alexander's a personal good friend of ours. Chad, it just makes sense. And I'm a Detroit guy, so let's go.
You guys sponsor our G of the game, so I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit. Is there a G of the game moment that has stood out to you over the years as one of your favorites?
There's so many of them, but I'll tell you what, right now, that first play of the game where Cass went down the sideline, I don't know, if they win, he's looking like the G of the game to me.
Everybody tonight has talked about just this rivalry and being able to really represent the city of Detroit. Just how special does that make this game and this night as a whole?
It's unbelievable. The magnitude of this game, where these kids are headed, it's just a beautiful thing. More power to whoever wins.
Ryan, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us here tonight. But stay tuned. We have got the second half of Cass and King coming up after the break.
If you are looking for a life-changing workout experience, look no further than Pure Barre Novi. We are proud to help you achieve your fitness goals while joining a vibrant, supportive community that is over 300 women strong. Our classes are designed to strengthen and tone your entire body, and our teachers can help provide modifications for any fitness level. Find out more right now by calling 248-596-0002, visiting our website, following us on social media, or by coming to our studio right on Grand River Avenue in Novi. We can't wait to see you and help you achieve your fitness goals.
Follow the Prep on social media. We're on TikTok, X, Instagram, Facebook, and right here on our YouTube. And you can also be a part of our sponsorship team as well. Contact us today, info@theprepsports.com.
Dream start to the football game for Cass Tech after the King drive that started the game with 6. It took about 5 minutes for King to get down the field and score. Then Cass scores on their first play, 49 yards from Tabron to Sadler. And man, Eric, in that entire first half, right? King punch, Cass punch, King punch, Cass punch. It's exactly what you expected from these two great teams.
Yeah, but I think if we're talking about you're making the analogy to a fight, I just think that Cass has come on in rounds 3, 4, and 5. And 6 and 7 as well, kind of walking away because King put together some punches toward the end of the half, but didn't capitalize. It's got to be frustrating. If the coaches are talking honestly and truly, they got to try to put that one behind them because they blew that one a little bit there.
We heard from King head coach Terrell Patrick going into the locker room. Now coming out of the locker room, Cass head coach Marvin Rushing standing by with Carol.
Coach, we knew this game was going to be a battle. Just what do you say to your guys in the locker room to make sure you come out with the win at the end of this game?
Well, we knew this was going to be a 48-minute battle or whatnot, so every time Cass King play, it should go down to the fourth quarter, and that's what we're going to have today. The most disciplined physical team going to win. Got to be us.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate the time.
That man is always business. The Cass Tech program is always business. That, Eric, is what always kind of amazes me. Both these programs are so excellent, but specifically Cass Tech, right? Everyone focuses on the flash and all the great players they've sent to college and the NFL, but it's that grit that Marvin Rushing has continued after Thomas Wilcher built that program for years and years. That's why these technicians are here every year, whether it be for a PSL title or a state title.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And it's the preeminent high school. It's a good academic school. I mean, I went there for 9th, 10th, and 11th grade, and I tell you what, when I got kicked out, my mother didn't speak to me for nearly a year. Then my sister came back and graduated in '88 from Cass Tech. But Cass Tech is the creme de la creme. King is an application school as well. Let's not forget that. And they've got a lot of good academicians as well. So both schools do well athletically, but they also do well academically. And that's a testament to the Detroit Public Schools Community District.
A couple of schools that make the city of Detroit proud, both on the football field and in the classroom. We got a heck of a second half coming up. King and Cass. Cass Tech leads by 1 as the second half in this 48-minute battle royale for a title continues after this.
Every high school sporting event in the state of Michigan has one thing in common: officials. Every game, every meet, every match. Without officials, there'd be no touchdowns, no three-pointers, no face-offs. Without officials, there'd be no games. Officiating is a great way to give back to your community and stay involved with the sports you love. And officials are needed now more than ever, because without officials, it's just practice.
If you are looking for a life-changing workout experience, look no further than Pure Barre Novi. We are proud to help you achieve your fitness goals while joining a vibrant, supportive community that is over 300 women strong. Our classes are designed to strengthen and tone your entire body, and our teachers can help provide modifications for any fitness level. Find out more right now by calling 248-596-0002, visiting our website, following us on social media, or by coming to our studio right on Grand River Avenue in Novi. We can't wait to see you and help you achieve your fitness goals.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McKinley scores!
Second half coming up. King down by 1. Cass Tech about to get the ball to start the second half. Eric, we talked about it a lot in the first half. You can tell that there's a certain style to this 48-minute fight, as Marvin Rushing, Cass Tech's coach, called it, that each team wants to play. King wants to take a lot of time off the clock. They want to run it. They want to take 4, 5, 6-minute drives. Cass Tech is cool with playing with a quick strike game because they have such remarkable athletes.
Yeah, they got remarkable athletes, and I think, you know, that extra point, super huge, but this time management thing was huge again for King, and they've got to find a way to kind of, I can't put my finger on it, but they got to find a way to kind of slow Cass Tech down. They've got to get them a nice 3 and out to start the half would be good for King to kind of regain some of that spark they had coming out the gate off the kickoff. That was a nice scoring drive they put together, and they need to recapture some of that so they can get up out of here with the dub. Because they for their psyche and for the rivalry, King needs to get that. And of course, Cass Tech, they're not going to back down. I mean, they got a sophomore quarterback who plays at a very high level, and that senior we talked about in the open, C.J. Sadler. He's awesome.
Yeah.
What can you say?
3 catches, 95 yards, and a touchdown for Sadler in the first half. Defensively, technicians led by Marcus Jennings, the future Pitt Panther, with 6 tackles in that first half. Nice job as well by Andrew Knight running the football in the first half for King from the quarterback spot.
And remember that first drive, about 4 or 5 King running backs touched the ball.
Mm-hmm.
That needs to happen again. They've got to get the ball in the hands of their backs and let them make plays and get a rhythm back. I think that's the word that was missing regarding the second quarter or middle of the first quarter on, getting that rhythm.
Kings had to use so many different running backs because Michael Dukes is not playing again tonight. This is the 6th straight game he's missed. King coaching staff is optimistic that not only will they have Michael back for the playoffs, but they'll also have him back when King plays here at Ford Field next Saturday night in the Prep Bowl against Detroit Catholic Central.
See, that's downright brutal. You got to play Detroit Catholic or Novi Catholic Central. That's tough. I mean, it'd be different if you were playing some PSL crossover, but nothing doing when you're at King.
Deshaun Wheeler's kick begins the second half. Sykes Fields right around the 15. William Sykes across the 35 to the 37-yard line. And again, really good starting field position for a Cass Tech offense that usually doesn't need a whole heck of a lot of help.
Well, if you're Cass Tech, it would go a long way if you could put this thing in the end zone, get any type of points off of this. And King's defense, which has played pretty well, minus a few big plays, I'd say a lot if they could just stand tall, stand on all 10, as they say, and stop Cass Tech.
They've gone back and forth between running backs tonight for Cass Tech. Got a new one here. That's Kamari Jones to Tabron's right. First carry for Jones for not a ton. Maybe a gain of 1, and that's it.
That quick strike ability for Cass Tech, you can't get over that. Sadler 73-yard touchdown from Tabron. It's just, it stands out.
Jones, Hendricks, and Taylor have all run the ball for Cass Tech tonight. Kamari Jones stays in there. Tabron, roll. Donald Tabron, incomplete. Sykes and Sadler were both in the area. And Tabron getting up a little bit gingerly, too.
Yeah, I think he was trying to get to Sadler. Just a little overthrown. But think about the history of King, and I think about a kid like Dennis Norfleet. Remember, who ended up at Michigan. Then he left Michigan, went somewhere else. But Norfleet had that quick strike ability. He was a quick twitch kind of guy. Could play running back, could play wide receiver, play anywhere you want him on the field, could return kicks and punts. That's what he ended up doing at Michigan. Real solid player. Reminds me a little bit about CJ reminds me a little of Dennis Norfleet.
3rd down, 9. Tabron, throw. Sadler a long way to go, and he maybe gained 2. 4th down.
Good open field tackling by these King Crusaders. The defense has been steady. You could tell these guys have studied some film. But they're keeping an eye. Remember what Coach Patrick said about if you got CJ, you don't look anywhere else. You stay focused on him.
Samari Stevens back deep. Sadler has punted it once tonight. And he does have quarterback experience. Punts it again. This one high and short. Gets a nice roll.
Oh, man.
And King will start this drive about the 33-yard line.
All in the bounce.
The story for this King offense against a Cass Tech program that kind of like King, right? You can pick a bunch of alumni. Jordan Lewis, Dallas Cowboy, NFL career after a great career at Cass Tech. There are few CT alums as proud as Jordan Lewis. If he's not here tonight, he's got to be watching the game somewhere, right?
Well, if he's listening, hey, I went to high school with his dad, grew up with his dad from elementary school to high school. Julian Lewis. And Jordan is just one of those kids that has survived now with the Jacksonville Jaguars and went to Michigan, Go Blue, all that good stuff. Was a solid player here at Cass Tech.
Run to the left. Room that evaporated, but a second effort that is beautiful on the run for King. And Willie Walker had one of the touchdowns in the first half for the Crusaders. And man, 21 in white, black, and yellow is running hard tonight for King.
Yeah, you got to look at King, and you know, earlier on they were very diversified in what they were doing. Ellington touched it. Give Ellington a shot. Give him the peel. You got to turn around and look behind you, get some screens going to these guys that can make some plays.
Run it again with Walker, and that's a first down for King across midfield to the 49. Eric, this is exactly the way that King wants their drives to look.
You look up and down that roster, you're right. You got some playmakers for King. You got to get it in their hands, keep the ball control. Time of possession is important, but you got to finish it with 6.
Andrew Knight throws to Daryl Flemister. All things considered, Flemister's been quiet by his standards.
And see, just like we said, I said CJ needed to touch that thing about 15 times, right? You got to find a way to get it in Flemister's hand the same way. Where's J-Mo? Is he still hanging around?
I think we're trying to find him. Knight running. Didn't get back to the line. He did lose a yard as bodies were stepping up from that secondary for Cass Tech. LaMarcus Army, Colin Sumter up there. And this is a pivotal third down early in the second half for King.
Well, if I'm King, I'm looking around and I'm looking right directly at Ellington, kid that can make a play, get it in his hands. Got him lined up in the slot.
You wonder, too, if this is 4-down territory. Knight keeps, and Andrew Knight does not have the first down.
Short.
Okay, so now we'll see what decision does King make, but what decision would you make?
The decision I would make is I'm doing the Dan Campbell gamble. I'm going for it. I'm going for it. I need to make a statement here in this drive. They pretty much 3 and out at Cass Tech. We got the ball. We want the first down. We want to keep it alive.
They got Cass Tech to jump on a hard count in the first half. Didn't work there. Knight's directing traffic. He is taking the snap. King is going for it.
Didn't get it.
And they didn't get it.
Didn't get it.
Willie Walker was stopped a yard short.
Man, didn't get it. Up the gut. Did not get it. Cass Tech shut the fence on your fingers.
That's painful any way you think about it. They tried, Eric, to go right up the chute, and Cass Tech stops them a yard short.
Well, that's a tough one because here again, King's moving the football, and then they get stalled out. Now, if we're going to play the field possession game, so be it. But Cass Tech's got a guy with an extra gear on their side.
Multiple flags kill this play. First down and 15 coming up. We've talked about King's game next week against Catholic Central. Cass Tech will play at Temperance Bedford, as they called movement on Cass Tech. And then the playoffs will start. Selection show for the MHSA, Sunday the 26th at 5 o'clock in the NFHS network. Tabron throws high for Sykes.
Not sure about the Mules of Temperance Bedford, but Cass Tech rolling along. Because that game against Granville early in the year, was getting the reports on that game. It was exciting, but they missed an opportunity on that play. As you see the replay, it's just these teams they're battling right now.
Julian Taylor back in at running back. He ran for a touchdown in the first half for Cass Tech. Tabron roll, throw, and Sykes. He was out of bounds. He did make the catch, but he couldn't get at least a foot down in there. And it's going to be 3rd down and long for CT.
And Sykes is a good weapon. He's a kid. I wonder if he was in another program, what he would do. He'd be the premier, you know, the #1 receiver. But when you're playing opposite of C.J. Sadler, you have to kind of get in where you fit in. He's going to get most of the touches.
Sykes has already had an awesome highlight this year for Cass Tech. They rallied back and won week 1 against Toledo Central Catholic, and Sykes had the game-winning touchdown.
Wow.
Tabron has got it. 3rd down long. Throw in. Tipped. It's caught by Sykes. Sykes caught the ricochet, and he's short by 2 yards. And now Cass Tech may go for it.
Oh, certainly. I think they're certainly going to go for it. This game is being played right here in the middle of the field. And this thing ricocheted. Tabron had it tipped, and Johnny on the spot was Sykes. Now you're in business. You can make something happen here on 4th and short.
What do you think the play call is?
It's got to be a run up the middle.
They've got the big back Taylor in there. He's to Tabron's left. He's 215 pounds. And that may force Cass Tech to punt.
Wonder what they're going to do. Yep, they got to punt it. I mean, the play clocks aren't here. I don't know how they're doing this. Are they relying on a clock in your head or what?
Well, they called false start on Evan Gooden, and you feel for the right tackle,
yeah.
58. It's been a great day for Evan. He officially committed to Central State down in Ohio.
Yeah.
But he moved. So Sadler's on the field. Corey's had a couple of punts tonight. Stevens back deep for King. Sadler lets a good punt go. It's fielded by Daryl Flemister. Daryl Flemister with green turf.
Gone.
Daryl Flemister tackled by Sadler. He ran into his blockers, and that was the only thing that could stop him from getting to the barn.
Man, that's a rough one. Now, Sadler saying that something about his face mask, but anyway, look at this by Flemister. This is the shotgun type play you need, like a bullet right out of a shotgun. This guy making the move. You gotta love it. Flemister has been quiet.
There is a flag on the far side of the field.
Face mask. He called against Cass, but I saw that Sadler was complaining about being face masked.
That's going to fire up that King side. Coach Patrick told Kara at halftime, this is a 15-round fight.
Yep.
If this is Ali against Frazier in the Thrilla in Manila or at Madison Square Garden, we're probably about round 9, round 10, and now it's King's turn to have a few counter jabs.
Yeah, I was going to say 11 and 12 because the last quarter, I think 4 quarters, 13, 14, and 15. But you never know. I'll go with the 9 and 10. That's fine. But I tell you this is it's everything it's been cracked up to be. I mean, everything they expected.
After that penalty, they're going to mark this football all the way inside the red zone.
great opportunity. If you're King, you got to be elated. Big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games. This is the time for Flemister and the other guys to step up.
King had the lead, then Cass had the lead. Back and forth we've gone. Is it King's turn, led by their transfer quarterback, Andrew Knight, to grab the lead back? Give to Massey. Stood up, got to the 10, and then no more. A Cass Tech helmet came off. Deontay Ellington is pointing at that, saying somebody's got to come off the field. And it was Sadler's helmet.
Sadler.
He's going to have to come out for a play.
You know why it came up? Because there's some hitting going on. There's some collisions out there. And there you go. Number 11 for King, right on cue. That was DeAndre Williams, the wide receiver who hit C.J. Sadler. They're not really concerning themselves, I think, the officials. And he's upset about, C.J.'s upset about something. I think he's upset about getting cracked. The officials are letting a little of that stuff go because it hasn't been much of a dirty game.
No.
I wouldn't say that.
Not at all. Well officiated, well played game between both teams. All right, watch this again. At the very end.
Popped him.
Yep, watch. 11 for King. Boom.
Popped him.
Helmet comes right off. And Corey, I don't blame him, was looking around going, that can't be legal.
No. The ball's still moving. So that's okay. No whistle. It's all right, CJ. Nowadays, everything is a penalty. So I'm with the old school stuff. Let him play.
So Sadler's got to come off for a play, and Gavin Fernandez, 41 for King, was the man down. He left the field under his own power. Looked like a cramp.
Yeah. Could never get the guys to drink enough pickle juice, Gatorade, water.
Williams in motion. Tunnel screen, caught. Deontay Ellington down that sideline into the end zone, and King is back in front.
Well, he's the other number one, right? He's letting us know I got this one on my back for a reason. What a nice play. Big time play there. He's got to touch it. You got to get this kid in the game. Sophomore, another youngster. Watch this replay. And I think that's set up by the motion. You had Williams, who was in motion, which left the D-back to make a choice. Ellington, by that time, Ellington had to rock, and he was in the end zone.
King has tried 2 extra points. They made one and missed one. Offense on the field here.
He's got to get it. They got to get it.
Knight under center. Give. Trying for power offense. And they didn't get there. Tried to give it to Christian Wheeler, and he stopped short. So as we hit another break, 4:53 to go, third quarter. It's King's turn to punch back. Knight throws to Ellington. Deontay does the rest, and King leads by 5.
Take a look at us right now. We are everything that will be. We are an engine of progress that has been forged by generations, driven by the knowledge that each student in every classroom has the potential to be their best self and inspire us all. We are teachers, parents, families, all ready to do our part. We know when students rise, we all rise. We are Detroit Public Schools Community District.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McKinley scores!
Another classic between King and Cass for a PSL title. on a Friday night in October at Ford Field. You know, both these teams want to be back here in 7 weeks. King playing for a state championship. They're slated in Division III, and Cass Tech in Division I. But for right now, all they're thinking about is winning a city crown.
Man, and it seems so far away that the state finals, but you're so right. The bragging rights, the opportunity to say, I am a champion. I just got a chance to really see the King program when nephew was here, and it is something serious, that's for sure.
Sadler fields at the 22. Sadler needs magic, and King isn't going to have that. Long field for Cass Tech as King's coaching staff, led by Terrell Patrick, tries to dial up a winning solution and get some good vibes in this building again. Coach Patrick talked about it coming into the season and coming into this matchup tonight, as we have Willie Walker being helped off the field for King. Coach Patrick talked about how we got to get over some bad vibes here in Ford Field. Lost the PSL championship game last year, lost the state championship game as well. Terrell Patrick been at King for a long time, both in as an assistant, under Ty Spencer, and now as the head man. Two great head coaches here tonight. Tabron, check it, we got a flag. That's gonna back Cass up 5.
Wow. The false start action there, and Cass Tech's gonna be tested again here. The bad news is they gave up the touchdown. The good news is, if you're Cass Tech, King can't seem to make it happen after they get in the end zone. They can't make the point after try or the 2-point conversion.
Julian Taylor's the running back here. Drop for Tabron. Time,
got it,
throw,
got it.
Sykes knocked away.
Hey, that was close.
George Butler had the coverage.
And Butler has been an energizer bunny, playing with a lot of passion. The last minute, maybe he turned around. I want to see the replay, but Tabron's got to lead him a little bit more. It was a little bit behind him. Good coverage by Butler.
Butler's been all over that field tonight. It's a King team that's battled through injuries. We've talked a lot about how they've missed their starting running back, Michael Dukes, for darn near the whole season, but they're banged up on the defensive side, trying to get guys healthy for that playoff run. They're battling tonight. Give Taylor room. Julian Taylor brought down by Flemister. He does not have the first down, but on 2nd and 15, he gained about 14.
Well, the King defense here, once the kid got to the second level, it's all moves, man. These guys got nice moves once they get the rock.
Still in that shotgun, 3rd down, a long 1. Tabron keeps, 1st down, and a whole lot more. What a time for a little play fake and a pop pass. Brian Stovall Jr. all alone.
Good play call, good execution. Stovall Jr., senior, can play D-line, linebacker, or halfback, and kind of H-back, I mean. Just good play. Both of these teams have good versatility in their play calling. They had kids who can run between the tackles. They got kids who can get outside and make some things happen. Or they can take a dump pass and make some moves.
Tabron, all the time in the world.
My
He's
goodness.
taking a shot. Corey Sadler's got it! First and goal, Cass Tech.
Best athlete in the state. Best football player in the state. Just give it to him now, Mr. Football. Look at this. Tabron he threw it to the spot, and Sadler ran right to it. That's a 41-yard catch. Tabron to Sadler.
Coming up on 150 receiving yards tonight.
How many times have I said wow in this broadcast?
Julian Taylor didn't get there. Stopped at the 1.
You can never rest on your laurels or take your guard down in this rivalry. You just can't.
The lead has changed 3 different times as we get another look at this dime from Tabron to Sadler.
My goodness. I mean, a little bit farther out, maybe he walks in to the end zone, but it's hard to cover.
King thought there was movement. There was. And offensively tonight, Eric, Cass Tech is getting killed by false starts.
Yeah,
that's
false
their 4th.
Starts. I mean, I just have to ask myself the question. If I was looking across at one of the King defenders, the edge rushers, I might be a little quick twitch too. I'd be jumping all over the place.
That was Victor Polk, 15, who jumped that time.
You just got to hold your position. You can't move. Just be still.
Taylor, run. Julian Taylor back down near where the ball just was. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 1.
3rd and goal for the 1, 2 down territory. King's got to make a stand here. Stand on all 10. Be aggressive. This is power on power. Kings got their big men up front. Probably bring all 10 guys to the line of scrimmage. 7, 8 guys in the box.
Tabron goes under center. He turns and gives to Taylor. Julian Taylor, did he lean in? He did. There is a flag late. They have signaled touchdown.
It's against the King guys are pointing. Let's see what's happening. Push. Yeah. You can't do the tush push here. Hasn't quite made it to the Detroit Public School League yet.
Not going to make that sideline happy.
Let's take a look. Little aiding and abetting by number 52 for Cass Tech. I know your mother's going to be mad at me, your dad too. Antoine Wilkes Jr. Come on, Junior. And you know, you see so much of it on television. These high school kids are going to do what they're going to emulate. You know, do what they've seen. They're going to emulate it. Cost them 5.
Tabron, throw, Sadler, no. The prime time matchup with Flemister, and Darrell held his ground.
Man, that's the kind of stuff that meant if they can hold him, Flemister will, and his teammates will remember that play. What's happening?
There is mass confusion.
Yeah, what's going on?
So the down marker on the far side of the field said 4th down. Now it's flipped to 3rd down. As that play was going on, the scoreboard said it was 20-19 Cass Tech, but now it says 19-14 King. And the down marker on the far side of the field has indeed changed to 4th down and goal.
Man, this would be a big stand for King. Conversely, it would go a long way for Cass Tech if they could just get in the end zone here. What drama.
And Cass Tech will call a timeout, and maybe they'll want later to draw up a pivotal play. Remember, earlier in this game, in the first half, Detroit King saw Cass Tech get inside their 5-yard line, but they held them off the board as Cass Tech tried a field goal that was no good.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Cass Tech, every indication is, Eric, they're going to go for it here.
Yeah.
And you'd have to think, I know they couldn't get him on the last play, but you have to think they're looking for number 1, Corey Sadler, right?
Yeah, it's got to be him. And I don't care how you do it. Shovel pass, reverse, throw it right back to him. He's the best player on the field, and he showed that each and every time you've called on him.
Still 47 seconds to go in the third quarter, but this feels like one of those plays that decides the football game. 4th and goal for Cass Tech, down by 5 from the King 5. Tabron in the gun with Taylor. Pitch, Sadler, Corey looking to throw. That is caught. Touchdown, Cass Tech.
Yeah, you got to get in the route. They listened. They heard us. Is that Peyton Robinson?
That's Mylan Griggs in the end zone. Corey Sadler, who has played quarterback in his high school career. Yeah. They give him the rock, and he makes a play.
Man, that was a lot of Ben Johnson, Detroit Lions influence on that one. Sadler. See, he can buy you time. That's 0. You have Mylan Griggs and the sophomore, another young kid in the skill position. But Sadler. He's got spies all against him, but yet Sadler is a kid that can make a play no matter what.
Are you surprised that Cass Tech's kicking an extra point here instead of going to 2 to make it a 3-point game?
Yeah, I am surprised.
Garza does bang that extra point through. So it's 21-19 Cass Tech. They have landed the next punch.
Wow, what a game.
2 of the finest high school football programs in America, who send dozens upon dozens of players to college and eventually NFL teams. And we're seeing talent all over the place, Eric. I think the biggest thing you could say about a game like this, right, is you come in and you focus on, Tabron, this great sophomore quarterback for Cass Tech, and Corey Sadler, the guy who may win Mr. Football, and Daryl Flemister for King, and Andrew Knight. Well, the guys who are making plays tonight, Mylan Griggs, who just caught the last touchdown. Julian Taylor has run for a touchdown for Cass Tech. Well, Deontay Ellington, Willie Walker. It's the depth of these 2 teams that is showing out tonight.
Yeah, and the tempo is, like I said, it's fast. These guys get in there. They got position groups that come in the game on different situations. It's just impressive football. And you have to have a sound football acumen to be on the field for either one of these teams, because chances are a lot of those guys that stand on the sideline, they're going somewhere. They're going to someone's college to fill out a roster, and never know. We're not with them every day. You know they're doing something special in practice.
It's a penalty on that extra point. Cass Tech has got to kick this football from the 25. A chance for a bounce back for King. Coming on the return. They got room again. Deontay Ellington with a physical end and a flag. There's a whole bunch of them.
Now, that is crazy.
Thank goodness he's all right. Poor Deontay went slamming into the bench. And King is going to totally flip field position at the end of this third quarter because of a great return and a penalty on Cass Tech.
Wow. What a third quarter it's been. My goodness. And look at Ellington and this kid who getting an opportunity to show what he can do.
You know, I think part of that message probably on that King sideline, that Cass Tech sideline right now is, guys, we're letting King back in the game because how many times has Cass Tech committed a penalty on offense, a false start to move him back? And now that late hit means King, right after giving up the 4th and goal touchdown to Cass that you think is going to give CT all the momentum because of this late hit.
Yes.
King's going to start the drive at the 20-yard line.
You're undisciplined. There's no other way to describe that. That's an undisciplined play. Should not happen. Should not happen.
Not many drives start in the red zone. This one is for King. Marion Stewart is the back with Knight. Andrew Knight. Throw incomplete. He was hoping for Ellington, and DeAndre Williams was there too. Back and forth we have gone tonight. King scored first, then Cass Tech responded. Then King scored. Cass Tech responded. Detroit King threw into the end zone on the last play of the first half, and it was incomplete in the corner. We have gone back and forth and back and forth. And right now Cass leads, but by just 2.
Everything we would want in the football game so far, and it's not over.
Stewart running, and he's tackled. Great job stepping up to make the tackle from Colin Sumter.
And I think we haven't spoken enough about Cass Tech's defense. They've come through when they've had to.
We go to the 4th. Don't you dare touch that remote. Don't you dare put your phone down. PSL title on the line and a classic brewing between Cass and King.
The store is set up. He's got the order, and he's off. It's a full court press. These brands are knocking it out of the park. This, my friends, is the speed we've come to expect from this team. Just look at the precision of that move. And it's out of here.
Lowering the shoulder.
13, 14, 15, 16.
Swing and a miss.
McGinley scores. Before we start the 4th, let's go down to Kara.
Yeah, Evan, well, we know that the talent that have came out of this area has been special. We talked earlier about Dante Moore. Of course, Bryce Underwood now leading the Michigan Wolverines at that quarterback position, and it just seems fitting that Donald is the next man up. Coach Rushing said earlier this year that it's his ability to manage a huddle that makes him truly a special player. He also said everybody just gets behind him.
Andrew Knight going down. His counterpart, Donald Tabrons. Andrew Knight is brought down to the backfield. And now this is fascinating. It's 4th down. King doesn't really have a kicking game, so they got to go for it. But what in the heck do you call on 4th and 17, down by 2?
You got to do a quick out. You got to run some type of post.
Remember, they had a 3rd and 17 earlier in the game, Eric, that they converted on a post over the middle to Darryl Flemister.
That's it. They've got the weapons. You got to use them right now. Ellington sounds good. Flemister.
What do you got? 4th and 17. Deep drop Andrew Knight. Spun away from pressure. And into a sack. Hello, Marcus Jennings.
Wow. Cass Tech's defense, which I said we hadn't been talking a lot about, coming through on this drive. That's big. Look at the pressure. Coming from the edge, it just kept hunting. That was Stovall Jr. They list him at 6'3", 232, and he seems every bit of it.
11 minutes on the clock, and Cass Tech, for the first time tonight, has the chance to give somebody a 2-possession lead. Tabron gives. Hendricks runs and gains 2.
Wow. Very impressive stand by the Cass Tech technicians. Back in my day, the green machine is what they used to call it. They showed it that time. They showed a lot of heart, a lot of toughness.
And this really is, Eric, where you learn a lot about a team, right? And specifically the sophomore quarterback, Donald Tabron, who so many have talked about.
Mm-hmm.
Can you win a game like this, where you're getting the best shot from one of the best teams in the state and your arch rival? Tabron with time. Donald Tabron finds Sadler. It's incomplete.
Wow.
Knocked away as Flemister is starting to feel himself in that secondary.
I love it. I mean, I really appreciate the fact that he didn't give up on a play. Stayed with his technique. Looks like he's a little shaken up, though.
Daryl Flemister, last year, the quarterback for King, got him to the state title game. They put him back at DB and wide receiver this year, where he's probably going to play in college. 3rd down, 8. Tabron, throw, Sykes, catch. William Sykes, how about that play? 1st down, Cass Tech.
Wow, that is a big 3rd down conversion. Money time. That is solid.
You're on it, Eric. Daryl Flemister for King is walking around real slow right now.
It's like his hip or something.
Sykes, the catch and run to move the sticks. At the very least here for Cass Tech, that's going to kill some pivotal time off the clock.
Yeah, Flemister does not want to come out of the game. But that's dangerous because he showed some mustard there.
Julian Taylor gained a couple. Spillers made the tackle. Shout out to everyone watching, wherever you're watching, however you're watching. I thought I saw someone in the chat saying they're watching from France. If you are, God bless you, because I think that's 6 hours ahead, and I think it's 3 in the morning right now.
Yeah, go to bed.
The coach, it's a 2-point game. Cass and King, do not go to bed.
Hey, you can catch it. Catch it. No, stay up. Stay up. Take another no-dose.
It's 3:14 in the morning right now in France.
Wow.
Tabron on 2nd down. Donald Tabron floating it for Sadler. 3 flags on the field.
Pass interference, and King's got to find a way to put pressure on Tabron. He's got all day to throw. I want to say that it's King. It's holding.
Going to be 1st down for Cass Tech. Remember, there's no such thing as automatic 1st down in Michigan high school football on a penalty unless the penalty starts with roughing. So roughing the passer, roughing the punter, roughing the kicker. But that flag on Detroit King was enough yards to get the 1st down for Cass Tech. So they spot the football at the 32-yard line.
Yeah.
And that clock becoming a factor now.
Yep.
King does have all 3 timeouts, but we're under 9 minutes to go.
Yeah, King needs to stop. That's all to it. That's it.
Give to Taylor. And he didn't get back to the line. He lost 3 yards. Back to the 35. Eric, this is where it gets tricky, right? If you're Cass Tech offensively.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to let your foot off the gas, but you are trying to bleed as much clock as you can. That's where it gets tricky, trying to mix run with passing.
Yeah, you're so right. And I just think that anytime you have a situation where you need to pass the football, that's why you have intermediate routes. That's why you have short screen passes and things of that nature.
Julian Taylor still the running back. Tabron fakes. Turns his shoulders. Throws it up. Oh, what a gorgeous ball. And a better catch. That's a Cass Tech touchdown for Mylan Griggs.
My goodness.
His second in a row.
And that's all Tabron. He threw a nice ball. Man, and this extra point is huge, but my goodness. Griggs is a name that we called a little bit, but comes up with a really big play. But you got to watch this ball from Tabron. Watch this. A lot of air under it. It was perfect. The DB had no chance.
Tonight, when someone's had to make a play, Cass Tech has made the play.
Yes.
Here's that pivotal extra point. And Fabian Garza got it. We take a timeout to take a breath. 7:53 to go. Cass Tech has ripped off the last 2 touchdowns and taken the first 2-score lead of the night.
Every high school sporting event in the state of Michigan has one thing in common: officials. Every game, every meet, every match. Without officials, there'd be no touchdowns, no three-pointers, no face-offs. Without officials, there'd be no games. Officiating is a great way to give back to your community and stay involved with the sports you love. And officials are needed now more than ever, because without officials, it's just practice.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss.
McKinley scores! Fabian Garza just made a huge extra point, and he's given Cass Tech and Corey Sadler and Mylan Griggs a 9-point lead. Short kick fielded at the 20. They'll barely get to the 30. You know, we've talked about this earlier tonight. Thomas Wilcher did such a remarkable job at Cass Tech, winning the first 3 state championships. Marvin Rushing had the unenviable task of keeping it going. Well, last year, that team gets hot in the playoffs. They beat Catholic Central, who had beaten Belleville the prior week in the semis. They finished it off, beat Hudsonville in the state championship. And Eric, again, we're still 7 weeks away, but it feels like Cass Tech's on a collision course to get back here for another state championship.
Yeah, and just look at the quarterback. I mean, we talk about C.J. Sadler. We know how good of a player he is. But Tabron tonight, I mean, some of these throws are just – how old is Tabron II? I mean, I should have asked his dad when I was down there. 15? Does he have his license, his permit? But yet he's out here performing.
Knight throws, and that ball, it's incomplete. Cass Tech side is going crazy, but that's an incomplete pass. Hey, by the way, belated happy birthday to Coach Marvin Rushing. His birthday was earlier this week.
Is that right?
I'm thinking this win, if they can hang on here over King, would be quite the late birthday present for Coach.
It would be really nice for him. I know he'd appreciate that, but it's always good to see, you know, these guys get to enjoy themselves. Coaches in high school in Michigan don't make a ton of money. It's not Texas.
Stewart runs, bounces outside, gets pushed out of bounds by Colin Sumter. Gets a nice gain on second down. This game is far from over.
Yeah, it's not over.
7.5 to go, all 3 timeouts for King. But this feels like a drive where they do have to get points.
Yeah, they've got to come up with some points, and they got to do it, I think, relatively quickly. I think they need to score before the 4-minute mark. So that gives you about 3 minutes. Then you get if you can get a stop, you may have 2 minutes and some using your timeouts.
Knight quick through it, and it's incomplete. And we're trying to get DeAndre Williams over the middle. It is 4th down now.
Very important sequence here. King's got to make it happen, and make it happen fast, keep the thing going. And if you cash, you get a stop, you really got big momentum on your side.
Knight hands it, and King gets the first down with Chris Massey. They can take a breath for a second. King moving quick here. Clock moving. Drop for Andrew Knight. Wide open Daryl Flemister. Daryl Flemister, shake and bake. Oh, how about that? Daryl Flemister, come on. A gigantic play for King.
That is huge, and that, you know, this is what you needed, that boost. That big old shot. And Flemister, your dad was a former basketball player at Oak Park High School. Did some crossover stuff. Look at this. Look at this. Bam. 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 Hit him 3 times. Bam, bam, bam.
That was poor LaMarcus Army that Daryl Flemister put the shake and bake on him.
He did that Barry Sanders, Harlan Barnett thing.
Flag coming in. They were trying to hit a quick hitter over the middle to Williams. There's a lot of contact. How quickly can games change, right?
Wow.
King was facing a 4th down and 2. They get it on the very next play. They get inside the 10. And if they score here, there's still half the quarter to go, all 3 timeouts.
Yeah.
We are far from the finish line.
And they have, you're so right, Evan, and I was saying at least by 4 minutes. If they score here within the next minute, they got a little bit more time than I would even think they needed.
First and goal inside the 5. Chris Massey, the back. Knight's running. Andrew Knight, not there yet. He's down inside the 1.
This is like every single inch is so important.
First game, King lost by 5. They got inside the Cass red zone with 20 seconds left, couldn't score. Feels like we're coming down to a similar conclusion tonight. Give Massey. And he didn't get in.
Didn't get in, man.
Wow.
Cass Tech. Tooth and nail they're fighting.
Where do you go to get a yard if you're King?
Man, you better try a dollar store or something, because right now it is tough sledding. Let's talk about stingy.
Knight lost the ball. That ball popped out. And Massey fell on the ball, but King is on the precipice of disaster here. They had 2nd and goal from the 1. They haven't gotten in.
Man, if Cass Tech holds on, that's a nice distance. Hurry up and get up there if you're King and push forward.
They're trying to get Knight in.
I don't know.
There's a whole rugby scrum near the goal line. Did Cass Tech get the goal line stand of the season? They sure did.
That is crazy. We spent a lot of time talking about King up front in the trenches and everything, but man, oh man, Cass Tech showing some heart on defense. Look at this. Great shot. Those are all your guys up front. That's your front 7. Some other big bodies that are in the game.
Detroit King and their coaching staff said coming into this game, got to start fast, got to finish fast. We got to keep landing punches. It's not over yet. King's got all the 3 timeouts, but it feels like that Cass goal line stand could have been a knockout.
This kind of is like Sugar Ray Leonard, Tommy Hearns back in September 16, 1981, where Ray Leonard laid the boom on Tommy in the 14th.
Mari Jones, he gets popped by King. He gained about a half a yard, and that was it.
Yeah, nice forward progress. And for those who don't know, in my analogy, Cass Tech is Sugar Ray Leonard. Because, my goodness, that goal line stand was impressive. Because you don't talk a lot about Cass's defense. Because you look at the schedule, and, oh, man, they're not playing anybody save for the first 2 games. But this is the best, one of the best teams in the PSL.
Tabron throwing from his end zone. Wide open man. Can William Sykes go 99? You bet.
Wow.
That is the knockout punch.
Yeah, I think that's the, for those out there who are not boxing fans, just Google it. Leonard Hearns won. That's big.
There's still 3:56 to go, but it looks like for the 4th straight year, the city belongs to Cass Tech.
Wow.
Get an athlete in space and let him make magic. William Sykes has got some pixie dust. And what a flurry in the second half for Cass. Down 19-14. They are on the verge, pending this PAT from Fabian Garza from ripping off 21 unanswered.
And guess what? The King faithful, they're making their way up the aisle. They're headed to the parking structure.
We've been talking about it all night. Both of these teams want to be back here in 7 weeks, and they're both favored to get here. Cass Tech in Division I feels like they're on a collision course to play for a state title yet again. And King will lick their wounds. They'll play Detroit Catholic Central next week, and then it's off to the Division III championships, where it feels like they have a chance to go far in that Division III bracket. But Eric, you can't help but think of all those King fans you're talking about filing for the exits right now. They got to be walking out thinking, man, after that start, both first half and second half, how did Cass get us again?
Wow. They're like, what hit me? And I think the fighting analogy is proper, because when you get hit with the punch and you don't have an answer, the way that it happened, I mean, you're right there, and then flip it around, a 99-yard touchdown connection there. Tabron to Sykes Jr. Wow, you're on the stool saying, where am I? Las Vegas.
Again, Cass Tech is going to have to kick this football from the 25-yard line. This is still a 2-score game, by the way. It's 35-19 for what it's worth. King's got the magic to make it interesting. Stevens gets it to the 48-yard line. We've talked about Terrell Patrick tonight, and with good reason. Another guy who had to take over for a legend. Ty Spencer did a remarkable job at King. He's now doing a great job at East Kentwood. They're one of the teams that a lot of people think is going to get here to Thanksgiving weekend in Ford Field. You know, Coach Patrick is thinking about retiring when Coach Spencer was going to leave, but he ends up getting the head job. He sticks around, and we talked to him the other day, Eric. He knows intimately the pressure that comes with being the head coach at King.
Oh, without question. I mean, that statistic, what is that, 45 years, 2 losing seasons in 45 years? That is phenomenal.
It's hard to believe. Knight running. Andrew Knight took a hit. Couldn't get out of bounds and also couldn't get the first down. So that keeps the clock rolling. This is ticking toward 3 minutes to go.
Yeah, I think about King and of course the late great James Reynolds, my dear fraternity brother, Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. Then you got Harvell, was a hell of a coach here, passed away unfortunately untimely. Ty Spencer takes over, wins those state championships and moves forward, moves on. And now you have Terrell Patrick, another homegrown talent. And this has got to be disappointing. The hangover that the kids will have from this loss, it could take you out. I mean, take you right out of the state playoffs. So
maybe a blessing in disguise that they've got such a good team to play next week.
Oh, yeah.
As Deontay Ellington makes the catch, does get a first down.
Yeah, but this one hurts, and it really stays with you. And that's when these are kids. These are high school kids. And some of them think about the city championship as you know, the pinnacle. Not realizing, hey, you could probably play 5, 6, 7 more weeks and have a real shot at winning the state championship.
Don Spillers won't go down. Don Spillers. Oh, he's fighting inside the 10. Great late game effort. Don Spillers gets to the 5. That will stop the clock as they move the chains.
Wow. That's all you could say. I mean, that what hit me? The Kings still fighting. They're still battling. Told you the King, some of the folks in the King Athletic Department call, but they won't even say Cass Tech. They call them Grand River. And that's how intense this rivalry is. The game that they played a couple weeks ago, Kings players would not refuse to shake Cass Tech's hands at the coin toss. All the chaos that happened over at Wayne State with kids and girls kind of scuffling a little bit, and the TikTok challenge that went on, a bunch of nonsense. You had to go to the next day. King had the momentum, and then it brings us here where King, hey, they showed that they had the momentum in that first drive, and since then it's been rough.
Deep is a powerful new movie that takes you inside the life and journey of Detroit's own Rob Murphy, from the inner city streets to the top of D1 basketball and beyond. You'll see the real highs, the setbacks, and the lessons that shape Murph into the man he is today. Deep is streaming starting next week Monday on Tubi. Cass Tech called the last timeout. 2:02 to go. Knight, throw, flag. There's a couple of them. They were throwing for Williams. Emory Jones III. Looks like the guilty party.
Looks like they could have called pass interference on both matchups there against Cass Tech.
Again, if King scores and gets the 2-point conversion, it's still a one-score game, and they have all 3 timeouts. We were calling that 99-yard touchdown from William Sykes a knockout punch, but King has staggered back out of the corner at least for one more round.
Is this the time when I should use a Rocky analogy? I pass.
Okay.
But
it's one of my favorite movies. I would have taken it.
They're not stopping. The King is not going to sit on the stool and count itself out. Cut me, Lou.
Massey doesn't get in. This is the exact same problem King had on the last drive. They had 2nd and goal from the 1 and never got in. And then 2 plays later, Cass Tech had a 99-yard touchdown that has likely put the game on ice. King's got to score. 1.5 to go. Massey. Untangle the bodies.
Wow.
He's not in.
It is tough real estate. Think about how many plays, not inside the red zone, that King has had inside the 5, and they haven't been able to convert.
Flag.
My goodness.
They're looking to the Kings sideline. It is offside on Cass Tech. So they move it up. High snap. Knight couldn't get it.
Crazy.
They push the quarterback down, and any hope of a wild comeback is over. King twice in the final 5 minutes gets stonewalled at the 1, and Cass Tech will be city champs again.
Yeah, it's a rough one there for King. But what about Cass Tech and the way their defense has risen up? They have risen to the occasion for sure.
So it'd be a bitter one for King to swallow. 21 unanswered by Cass Tech in the second half. And that sequence is going to haunt King for a while. 2nd and goal at the 1, couldn't get in. 3rd and goal at the 1, couldn't get in. 4th and goal inside the 1, couldn't get in. And then 2 plays later, 99-yard touchdown for Cass.
That
was the winner.
Was a winner indeed. That's tough.
Gang does have all the 3 timeouts, but Cass into victory formation. And in a hard-fought game like this, you wonder if both teams just take this thing to the finish line. Cass Tech goes to Temperance Bedford and the Kicking Mules next week. King is back here at Ford Field to play the prep bowl against Detroit Catholic Central, which entered tonight undefeated. They were at home playing 6-1 Grand Ledge, and at last check, Catholic Central was up 14-0.
Now at the end of the game, it's the outcome has been decided. Let's just hope that both King and Cass exhibit cool heads. I would love to see them shake hands, but you know, the ADs have probably talked about it. Steve Hall at Cass Tech, Barry Cannon at King, both good friends. I see Coach Cannon right here. I think they're gonna take a stab at shaking hands. So that's a beautiful thing.
For the 4th straight season, Cass Tech owns the city of Detroit. An 18-game win streak continues. What feels like an inevitable march to a back-to-back state championship continues. The Technicians of Cass Tech are PSL champs again.
Wow, that's about the 10th wow today, and what a great time. This has been great. This was a good game. The score is not indicative of what type of game it was. Cass Tech just came on with a flurry, and there's a Cass Tech kid that had to be pushed to the side because he was getting a little bit emotional and hyped, and then get a King kid that's laid out. With the emotion, he's heartbroken. That's what the emotions of this game is about. young men look forward to this. And there's heartbreak on one end, but it's pure elation on the Cass Tech side. Cheerleaders shaking hands. I mean, good to see.
Sportsmanship all over the place at Ford Field tonight. Both these teams want to be back here Thanksgiving weekend. Cass Tech in Division 1, Detroit King in Division 3. We'll see how those divisions shake out. Again, that selection show, 5 o'clock, Sunday the 26th, aired on the NFHS network. In case you haven't heard, the state football finals are no longer on Fox Valley, FanDuel, Detroit. Those will all be aired on NFHS.
Wow, that's news. That's the last wow of the night. That's breaking news for me.
Is it breaking news?
Yeah, didn't know it.
A lot of people that we could choose from for our G of the game. Coming into the game, you'd think it would have been Tabron or Sadler, but I think the decision is between number 0, Mylan Griggs, who caught 2 pivotal touchdowns in the second half, or William Sykes, who had the 99-yard catch and run for a touchdown that essentially iced the game. Let's go down to the field and find out who that G of the game is, Kara.
Mylan, 2 touchdowns for you in this game. Just what was working for you out there tonight?
I just stayed with my team, man. Even when the ball wouldn't come my way, I did everything to help my team keep going, get down the field. Anything they did, anything they needed, I was there for them. I probably got frustrated, but I had to shake it off because I know that we was going to get this win regardless. We got to lock in.
PSL Blue Champions, just what's going through your mind right now in the way that your team kind of finished this one out?
Everything. We prepare and practice every day. We go hard in practice every single day. We run. We even run after games we win. We run after games we win. So this is really what we about. It's really how we show what we do.
21 unanswered points. What does that say about your team on both sides of the football here tonight?
That shows that we the best. We the best. We got the guys. All we had to do, we trust each other, and we make plays.
Well, we know this game was going to be a back-and-forth battle. Just how special does this win feel for you guys?
It's amazing. It's just amazing for us. 4 times in a row. That hasn't been did. And if it did, it was way back then. 4 times in a row. These for my seniors, my guys. I love them to death.
Mylan, congratulations. Go take a picture.
Got you.
Evan?
Mylan's been waiting for that interview all year. You know, he's saying, okay, everyone talks to Corey, everyone talks to Donald. When's someone going to talk to me? That man's been preparing in the mirror for that interview for months.
Yeah, capital G for him but I didn't like that way back comment. You know, these young fellas don't have the respect for their history, but I guess they're making their own history. That's a pretty good effort by Mr. Hicks.
Congratulations to Cass Tech. Mylan catches those 2 big touchdowns in the second half. You know, this is one of those games, Eric, as we're about to watch back the highlights, right? Back and forth, back and forth. Yeah, Cass had the final 21 points, but remember, Mylan's first touchdown came on a 4th and goal for Cass Tech on a trick play where Corey Sadler actually threw the touchdown. There were so many fulcrum points in this game. I know it ends up being a 16-point Cass win, but this really came down to a 3-play game where it was really go either way.
Oh, absolutely, and I just think that Cass Tech's defense, they proved to be more stout, and they stood tall, and they did not waver. We weren't saying very much about them in that first drive, but I'll tell you what, to hold that team to 19 after that first drive, Cass Tech did a great thing, did a yeoman's effort, and they deserve a big old gold star right in the middle of their forehead. Awesome.
They're celebrating on a Friday night in October at Ford Field, and these technicians are hoping to celebrate on a Sunday night here at Ford Field on Thanksgiving weekend. Division I championship on Sunday, November 30th. Kickoff right around 7:30. Cass Tech is hoping to take more pictures here inside Ford Field the rest of the season. For tonight, they celebrate a PSL championship. They rip off the final 21 points of the football game and take down King in yet another outstanding football game between 2 of the finest high school football programs in the Midwest on a great Friday night for ball in our great American city of Detroit, Michigan. That does it for us. For Eric, Kara, the whole crew, led by our fearless leader, Alex Westfall, here at Ford Field tonight. Evan Stockton saying, thanks for watching. We're in a game of big plays and big punches. Cass Tech has the knockout late. They're PSL champions again, 35-19 over King. Good night, everybody.